I'm laughing back like, show you right. Get in the car and don't touch nothing. Sit in the car, let's discuss something. Either we it all, see you tomorrow. Now we speeding up the west side. Damn, already we home. Now let's get it on.
2 very boring minutes later.
Come on. Oh, yeah. And all the people know that I'm back to run the show.
I'm Orion, breezy. Yo, chick, what's it on that beat? Yo. If your chick come close to me, she ain't going home when she supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. Oh, all my niggas close to me, and all the mother niggas where they supposed to be. Oh, the hoes go for me. How your chicks in the pit like post for me. Oh, that's how I supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I supposed to be. Everything look like it's supposed to be. Pull up to the club and it go up. Make your girl fall in love when I show up. It's not my fault, she wanna know me. She told me you was just a hummer. She came down like she knew me. Gave it up like a groupie. And that's facts, no printer. Cold nigga turn the summer to the winter. She saved me in her phone at bestie, but I had her screaming, oh. Yo, girl, wasn't supposed to text me. You wanna know how I know what I know? If your chick come close to me, she ain't going home when she supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. Oh, all my niggas close to me, and all the mother niggas where they supposed to be. Oh, the hoes go for me. How your chicks in the pic like post for me. Oh, that's how I supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I'm supposed to be. Everything good like it's supposed to be.
Got your girl in my section, finna go up. A nigga smoking loud, I'm about to roll up. She ain't never got high like this with a guy like this. When she pop it, tell her hold up. Better believe she gon' leave with a real nigga. I take her down, can't put it down like I do. I get the bustin', no discussion, gotta deal with it. Team must swing, where about you? Murder, she rode. Yeah. When I hit it, I'ma kill it, I'ma get it like murder, she rode. You wanna know how I know what I know?
If your dude come close to me, he gon' wanna ride off and it goes for me. I'll make him do it. I might let your boy show for me, but he gotta eat the booty like groceries. But he gotta get rid of these hoes for me. I might have a nigga selling his soul for me. Ooh, that's how I'm supposed to be. If he wants me to expose the freak, ooh, that's how I'm supposed to be. Ooh, that's how I'm supposed to be. Ooh, that's how I'm supposed to be. Everything good like it's supposed to be. Ooh.
If your chick come close to me, she ain't going home when she supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. Ooh, all my niggas close to me, and all the mother niggas where they supposed to be. Ooh, the hoes go for me. How your chicks in the pic like pose for me. Ooh, that's how I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that's how I'm supposed to be. Everything good like it's supposed to be. She about to ride with me, and I don't even know her name, but I know that she your girl. Yeah. She chose up, are you mad or no? Bro, don't be mad about it. He shakes me for everybody. Marianne.
Hey, that's my old school slap, y'all. Don't mind me. Yeah.
Sincere, so messy.
What's going on with Sincere?
She talking about hood table. You can laugh. I don't want to laugh.
What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Everybody in the house chilling. I feel like
shout out
to club. We about to turn the fuck up.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Station.
Hell yeah. You know, I got some really, really good dab tonight, man. So shit. I'm like y'all, like on rocket right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm so motherfucking high. Let me go ahead and greet this chat. Shout out to you, Hood Table, of course. Shout out to Dr. Soapy. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Sincere. You feel me? Let me see. I might have got everybody.
Hey, T.
Shout out to Vibrant. Let me see. Shout out to Clem. Shout out to TC. So I got everybody so far. I'm sure they're gonna come in later on. It's gonna be a good little topic, y'all. It's gonna be a good topic.
I'm ready for this. What up, Hood? What up, Jackie? What up, TC? What up, Clem? What up? How y'all doing? Come through.
Yeah. So
Dr. Soapy in the house. What's up, Vibrant?
Yep. What's up, Dr. Soapy? Shout out to Dr. Soapy. Of course. Okay. What's up with it, Rodney? Let me see. So yeah, Hood Table. We can go ahead and have you start this one off. Ladies first.
Hold up, bro. Can I say something?
Okay, talk to me.
We ain't starting shit without playing our theme song.
Oh, I was gonna put that in there, but I was gonna go a little bit later. I wasn't. Yeah, come on.
I want to make sure. I'm like, hold
on. I had like a nice little kind of intermission thing, you know what I'm saying?
It was up your whole schedule. My bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
But yes, welcome everybody. Please come on into the chat. I hope y'all ready. Y'all got y'all drinks, y'all got y'all blow, y'all got y'all win, y'all whatever you call that shit.
Well, I'll speak on it real quick to introduce it, Hood Table, and then you can get into it, just so I don't just kind of just throw you out there.
Okay, yeah.
So y'all just what it was is, you know, I'd heard about this, you know what I'm saying? That it was actually really a thing, you know what I'm saying? With a lot of women in relationships, you know what I'm saying? And these can be relationships that, you know, could have been on for a couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And what's coming out is you know, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing the thing, you know, being sexual and all that, she's really not, you know, being fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, in every way, you know what I'm saying, she should, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't laugh at it, you know what I'm saying, but it was just wild when I heard it, because you know, just speaking on self, I'm kind of like a person that, you know, when it comes to that type of you know, activity, you know what I'm saying, I really like to be like in tune. I really like to, you know, make sure, you know what I'm saying, she is, you know, pleasured and everything, you know what I'm saying, I like, period, you know. Other than that, it's like, what are we doing, you know what I mean? So that's just coming from me. So when I heard that, it was just like, wow, like to be in a relationship and you not you know, really knowing your woman and really knowing if she's really, you know, getting a nice climax or whatnot, or really, or even just having, you know, a conversation, or maybe her opening up to you. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a thing that I've heard. And I was like, yeah, I definitely got to bring this up, you know what I'm saying? And you being a woman, what other way, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I am all woman. Okay, first, before we start off, since Sincere was me, I don't know, we must have some type of psychic thing going on, because I swear I was gonna ask you this before we got started. Have you ever had a man ask you, do you pleasure your woman?
You're asking me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. You kind of say it again. What were you asking?
Okay, so Sincere in the chat being messy, right? Mm-hmm. So she talking about Malik needs to be in here for this shit. So if you've been following what's been going on with them over the last few days, he was asked by that guy, K Couture, whatever his name is.
Yeah, K du jour, whatever.
Yeah, K du jour. When they were out eating, does he pleasure his wife, or does he satisfy?
And yeah, something of that. Yeah.
Has anybody, a man ever? I never heard that happen before. I was like gagged.
No, and I don't think that I don't think that a man would come at me like that. I don't have a demeanor, not saying that Malik does, but I don't have a presence to where you'll be even really comfortable just asking me something besides something that may be like, hey, did you see the game yesterday? Or you know, even if we're just meeting or what, like, I don't think you're gonna be wanting to, you know, come in, and especially if my woman happens to be there. So no, I haven't, you know what I'm saying? And you know, people, you know, they when they're in situations, everybody can say what they would do, what they wouldn't do. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in that situation. I haven't been in that situation. But knowing myself and the way I am and kind of how like I can maybe react, I would definitely shut the guy down. I wouldn't, you know, be too bad with him because, you know, looking at, you know, the whole situation, you know, I wouldn't want to, you know, be like a bully or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, you know what I mean? You don't really know what people's background is, but I would be really firm, stern, and really kind of check the temperature on, you know, where was that question coming from?
With this? Like,
yeah, you know, like, you know, it would turn probably awkward. It would be it would definitely be confronted if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
But that whole thing, you know, it was just different. I don't really know the big basis of it. I know they was supposed to meet up or whatnot, and you know, that's cool. Like I've said in my last live, I don't have no problem meeting up with, you know, people that's you know, cool. Absolutely, Palacios, it's really different, bro. I don't know, you know, I don't have a problem meeting up with, you know what I'm saying, people that's good people, man, you know what I mean, that you vibe with, whatever, you know what I mean, have a good time, like I said, make memories and shit. But like, you know, certain things I don't entertain. You know what I'm saying? I don't entertain. I'm like I'm not like really the type to like if you want to meet up with me to just kind of question me or whatever, or like, you know, I have a show on Wednesday where you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna meet up with somebody to, you know, questions or anything like that. I'm just not that type. Me and doing content would be me maybe going to like a car event or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Showing just, you know, a good time, me just doing whatever I do, not really meeting up with somebody. Because sometimes, you know, not everybody wants to be all on the light like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're meeting up with them, because I'm old school with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type to just always just pull out my fucking phone or camera and record shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of cut a little bit different when it comes to that type of activity. You know what I mean? But like how Snoop was saying, and when you know what you're getting into, then you know, motherfuckers gonna have their cameras or whatever, and all that, and it is what it is. But as in just meeting up with a man and me having my woman with me, it wouldn't really go too well. You know what I'm saying?
I felt it was very disrespectful. And from a woman's point of view, and I'm sure all you women could probably feel me on this, if some female that we literally just met, regardless of if it was a hookup from YouTube or just somebody just met or ran into, and you with your man or without your man, and they ask you, do you satisfy your man? Oh, it would have been a lot of words exchanged. Like, bitch, why the fuck you want to know? Like,
you definitely couldn't say anything like that around like my BM or something, you know what I'm saying? And we've been disconnected, you know what I'm saying, on that type of level. But at the same time, if she happened to be in the same space and you kind of run some shit or whatever, she gonna check game real fucking fast to where it can almost get embarrassing. Like, hey man, come on, man. You know, like you like chill out. You know what I mean? It's good. You know what I'm saying? Because on some real shit, there's a lot of things, Hood Table, that is not tolerated, and you don't really give any space or any grace to that. So that's why I said I would have to be very, very stern and straight to the point in what I was saying. But I would, like I said, I would look at the whole situation, see what I'm dealing with. I don't want to be the bully or the fucking, you know what I mean, that type, you know what I'm saying? But I would get my point across and check game, you know what I'm saying? And you would never fucking speak on anything like that with me ever again after that moment, you know what I'm saying? Because you would kind of know what it is. This was kind of your fair warning, you know what I'm saying? But again, Hood Table, being in a situation like that, you know, you're open to certain things like that. Like, we don't know who we're dealing with out here with these people, Hood Table. We don't. We're on YouTube, we're online, me and you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we cool and everything, and we probably would have no issue if we met up and was just chilling.
And that's because we have some type of relationship that we had started.
But not everybody that sub to you have that
like,
vibe. Exactly.
I would like the dude. You saw the shit that happened in Vegas recently. Like, me personally, that would have never happened. I don't care if we're in the same city or what. If I happen to see your ass at Walmart, okay. But I mean, you can still be in the same city and not know people. Like, that's kind of scary.
No, that's a fact. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, and I spoke on it before, Hood Table, when I first got on social media, right? You know, I was, you know, doing my music thing and my car thing, you know what I'm saying? And I would kind of announce, you know, where I would be going. You know what I'm saying? And I really had people that really rocked with me and fucked with me and would pull up and be like, hey man, I whoop and shake my hand and shit. And it was wild. You know what I mean? It ain't like you're a celebrity, but it's like you really got people that really fuck with you and wouldn't mind, you know, traveling to go see you and rock out with you and kick it or whatnot, just because they see you on the gram doing your thizzle and like how you know what I'm saying? It was cool. And I'm not mad at that, but you also got to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because other people, they can be fanned the fuck out. And we're seeing that shit on YouTube, bro. Like, we're seeing y'all. If y'all don't see it, I don't know what to say, man. But I see this shit, bro, and it's scary as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit that I would see maybe like on like a Lifetime or something, you know, speaking on some shit that goes on online, you know, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm actually seeing the shit. You feel me? I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
That situation at the restaurant was definitely like a Lifetime movie moment where nigga follow you home. Next thing you know, he's stalking your wife. Like, why the fuck did you enter? And I only brought this.
No, and that's a fact. And you kind of open doors for that type of activity when if you're out here kind of meeting people doing those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you know, we don't know who we're dealing with out there. Everybody is just, you know, who they say they are on this shit. You feel me? That's why, again, I don't have no problem meeting up with motherfuckers, because what I be popping my shit on, I mean, that's what it is, bro. Like, if you see me out there, like, I'm smoking, you know, playing my music, you know, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. I ain't fucking with nobody, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. But a lot of people, they put on a certain act, they put on a certain image, you know what I'm saying? And they can't live up to it, you know what I mean? And it's fucked up, you know what I mean? But hey, they put themselves in that box, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you come in here with a certain demeanor and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to live up to that shit. Because somebody, you know how they always say, like, you know, if you running around acting like you hella bad and shit, there's always gonna be somebody badder than you and ready to call you out on your shit and test you. You feel me? And that's a fact. If I came up in here always talking shit and everything, you know how many motherfuckers I'd be going to war with right now, Hood Table? Just because the way I would come in, you know what I mean, and whatever, like, hey, man, fuck you, you know, you bitch ass nigga. Like, you know, if I always just came with that shit, motherfucker.
I do not argue and fight with people on this application, because it's like, it's not like it's not
What's
real,
up, Olivia? What's
like,
up, Ruth Shaker, Petty Queen?
I know that I'll probably never meet you, and most people, when you meet them, like, how many times have you heard people say, I met them in off YouTube and they was nothing like the character. Some of these people on here, they put on this big front, like they about it, and they just keyboard gangsters. And then when you meet them in real life, They just this all nice, passive, soft. Like, where's all this rah 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 that you display? You know, it's like I'm
Absolutely.
the same person you meet on here. That's the same person I am offline. Cool,
And
chill, love to have fun, love to kick back, love to party, love to drink, space, dominoes. I'm like, you know, born and raised hood type of laid back chick, you know, but that shit that happened with him and Brooke at the restaurant, I only brought that up because we were going to be talking about intimacy and talking about sex and satisfying our partners. And I was like, what the hell did this fool just asked Malik? And I was like, I gotta know like how y'all felt about that, or what would you be your reaction? Because if that was a bitch, I would have cussed her the fuck out, and it might have been some burgers flying around that bitch. But
you know what they say, Hood Table. They say what you put out there on YouTube. It can be discussed, and that's what bro was doing. Which again was really different to meet up with somebody and to chop it up about, you know, certain, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different. And that's why I say I would have looked at the whole situation and I wouldn't have been the bully. But if you would have just came with that, oh, you know what I mean? It was like, hold on, bruh. You feel me? But again, I wouldn't have put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So when you do certain things and you put certain things in the atmosphere, especially being around y'all, fuck, I've been around y'all a little bit, a year and some change, man. I know, like, nigga, this shit will haunt the fuck out of you. Like what do, like, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Even you can be in the heat of the moment or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, and that's one thing that I do like about, you know what I'm saying, these areas, you know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers will call you on your shit. Yes. And don't nobody fucking forget anything. If somebody did, somebody else remembers. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these motherfuckers, they have the shit recorded and ready and will send the shit to a content creator like, hey man, this motherfucker lying. Like, you gotta really be on your shit, bro. Like, you gotta really, and the best way is to just come in humble, keeping it 100, and you ain't gotta have nothing to fucking worry about. If you being yourself and just whatever, you ain't got shit to fucking worry about. If you ain't in here always just fucking with people and all that shit, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, hey, shit, we already 24 minutes in and we didn't even get into the motherfucking topic.
I'm sorry I brought that up. It's sincere. She was in the chat talking about Malik.
I was like, I'm in a good ass mood, like I said. But
we just had our show is all about fun. We don't be on here preaching or no shit like that, but you know, we try to keep it light, even if we talking about serious topics, so they know how we get down. But as far as the topic of discussion tonight, let's see, where is it? Women, are you satisfied? Men, do you make sure? Now, I had when we were talking, I think on your post, I was like, it's a lot more women than you think who are out here who at least one point in their life was unsatisfied sexually in a relationship. And, you know, one conversation, I used to be in these like grown folk type of groups on Facebook. I actually had my own group at one time on Facebook. And that conversation would come up a lot. Like, if you were unfulfilled sexually by your man, what would you do? And some people's like, well, I would tell him I like this, or I would tell him how to do this. And then some women, they be like, well, shit, at a certain age in your life, when you mess with a grown-ass man, you shouldn't have to tell a man how to please you. But one thing we have to understand is every female is different. We might always want to end on a high note, if you know what I mean. But some of us, it might take different ways to get there. So when you're not satisfied sexually with your man, I'm just saying from a woman's point of view, if he doesn't get it, you might have to slow walk his ass. Like, okay, this is what's gonna be. This is how we're gonna do this. This is how I like it. You might even have to watch a little flicks or something like that, or you know, show him exactly what you like. But if he doesn't eventually get it and you're not being satisfied sexually, then you're going to like regress and you're not going to want to have sex with him at all. And then when you don't want to have sex with your man at all because you're so tired of being unsatisfied, that's when the shit come out. Are you fucking around with somebody else? Are you no longer interested with me? But how long, how much do you have to try to get somebody to please you sexually? And some of our desires, some of our sexual nature is a lot higher than others. Like some women, they have to have sex all the time. They have to I don't want to say the word, but climax, you know what I mean? Like hit that high note like 2, 3, 4 times. Guys, oh, it's a one-hitter quitter. I'm done. So you have to have a type of relationship where you really, if you have to, is sit him down and explain to him this is what you like to do. If you like to use toys, if you like to, you have to like really talk to your man and let him know. But I ain't gonna say if it doesn't work out, then stay with the man, because that's where we would have like battles in those conversations sometimes in my groups, because some people feel like, well, if you can't tell your man what you want, then it might be a problem with you. And you shouldn't break up with your man because he's not satisfying you. Like, what type of person does that? So, I don't know. I'll just start there and get your feedback, and we'll just go from there.
So yeah, just coming from like what you said and just kind of what I heard, to and this is just for the woman before I start going kind of more into the man side, to go through that maybe for a period of time, it's got to really suck. And I would hope that if you're intimate enough with this person, and you're giving your body to this person and everything like that, that you should be able to communicate and make sure that your needs are being met as well. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it go long or whatever without saying something. And then that's really all I can say with that. But when it comes with the man, me myself personally, I would kind of put myself in the box to where, like, I really enjoy sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big part. You know what I mean? Just I enjoy it. So not just me enjoying it, but I like, for my woman to enjoy it also. I'm not a selfish partner. Sometimes it can come off to where they think something is going, like, what are you thinking of me like I'm a piece of meat? I've kind of spoken on that before, because like you said, some people do have urges more than others. If I'm with you, I definitely have an attraction for you. I'm liking your body. I'm liking a lot of things about you. You know what I'm saying? So especially to be intimate, like I'm saying, with you and everything, I'm trying to make, every moment as dope as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I can even be almost like way voyeurish, like I said, like, with the hand on the leg driving or whatnot. But I mean, it's gotten to where, maybe the chest or something, you know what I mean? Maybe nighttime driving, shirt off, and I mean, just all kind of different, just to be fun, and it just depends on your partner, right? It depends on the mood and everything. But all those things matter, and communication matters. But you should know your woman, you know what I'm saying? And your woman should definitely be able to be open and be like, you know what, check this out. I like when you do this, or would you, or even when you're in the act, keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? keep doing that, and or watch how she
Like
acts
the
when you.
direction, like right there,
Well,
like without it
because
like being super graphic.
if you can't catch it, then she may have to direct you. But if you're over here and you see how she acts to certain things that you're doing and whatnot, you know what I mean? You're learning each other, right? You know what I'm saying? So every moment that you guys have, I mean, it should just be a dope ass experience. You know what I'm saying? Until it's really mastered. You feel me? Now you guys then mastered each other. You feel me? And so every time y'all get down, you know, like you said, you know, climbing walls, all that type of shit, you know, all that shit going to and that's what kind of makes breakups hard too, right? Because you know what this person can do to you when it comes to being in the bedroom. And it's just like, fuck. You know what I mean? And you'll miss that, and you don't want somebody else to fucking get that. It could sound like the way it fucking sounds. But as a man, I just know, like, damn, man, you know, that woman, she was fucking bad, fucking everything about her, you know, everything, you know, it just was right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, now that you know she gone with somebody else, they're getting that treat. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh man, you know, that's just real shit. Like, I'm not gonna be up over here lying and shit and putting shit out there. Like, a motherfucker be like, oh, this nigga, ooh, whatever, nigga. But that's just real. No. I'm just saying for just motherfuckers that, you know, be on the outside, you know, whatever, and may kind of be like pumping they like whatever. You made whatever. But I'm just saying though, that's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And just hey.
We are the same way when it comes to the breakups. Like some women, like there's well, you know, some women, I being one of them, like sometimes it is hard to leave your ex. Like you was just saying, it's well, you know, your mate when you're with them. It's kind of hard to leave, even if things are bad, things are horrible, because sometimes the only thing that you can get right is fucking or making love. That's like the only thing you can get right. When it's time to hit some skins or turn off the light, everything else, y'all could be arguing about bills, finances, friends, family, whatever. But it's like that thing right there is sometimes what keeps people together. And you have to, it might take you a while to get over that and be like, fuck, you know, it's not working out. If the only thing that we have together good is a sexual chemistry, then it's hard. It's hard if you can't fix everything else in that relationship, because when it comes to intimacy, there's physical, there's emotional, there's intellectual, experimental. We all like to experiment every and we don't get on that, Riggs. Remind me to get on that later, okay? And then there's the spiritual intimacy, you know, not like God or something like that. But you know, like when I say spiritual, I mean like you're just so fascinated with the person, you're in awe of things that they do, you know, you're proud of them, you know what I mean? You ever have a woman that you with and she was just so amazing on certain levels, whether it was at her job or at cooking or at, you know, something like that. All those things intertwine makes a relationship. So if you only have that physical intimacy, then a relationship just might not work. You know, relationships are a lot of work. But if you get satisfied in the bedroom, I'm telling you, as a woman, like, child, sometimes you might catch yourself thinking about other niggas, exes, some dude you saw out about that was fine as fuck. I mean, shit like that happens. Like, damn, why is he not satisfying me? Or why is he only making sure that he's being satisfied? Because in a relationship, really, sometimes it be all gravy in the beginning. You fucking like rabbits. You so in love. You know that new shit. And then like sometimes down the road, down the line, it's like you just might be just having sex to be having sex.
Shakim, you still up in here?
Yeah, I saw Shakim in here. He was in here.
Yeah, I was. If you're up in here, let me see you say something, bro. But Yeah, Hood Table, the man, just to go back into the man thing real quick, he should definitely make his woman comfortable to be open with him. Because like you said, in the beginning, it's always going to be good. You know how we was talking about, y'all didn't have probably had conversations, whatever, couldn't wait to see each other. Then y'all see each other, it's good. Like everything's going to be Velveeta. But now it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But, some women, and this is what they say, right? That, it takes a little more for a woman to reach, you know what I'm saying, a good orgasm. A man, it's a little bit different. You feel me? We can do our thing and it's, hey. And that's why I also said, when it comes to being a man, are you selfish? Are you one, what's up with it, 100 watts? Are you one to just, have sex with her, bust one and you good? Like you don't really care too much if she, you know what I'm saying, climaxed or whatnot. What's up with it? Be easy. You feel me? And that's the thing. There could be a lot of men out there that are like that. They may, get a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing for them to get women. And then when they get them, they just bang them, hey, whatever, and I'm up out of here. I don't care if you fucking came or not. You should have got yours. And that's pretty wild. But with a man, though, we can definitely pretty much get ours every fucking time. And just to know that statistic is out there, that it does take a little bit more for a woman to climax or whatnot. I mean, you'd be better off doing, some good foreplay and really getting her in the mood, and then going ahead and trying to, do your thing and making sure she right, then to just trying to just go in, touch and get to trying to bang her out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of what I be hearing. You know what I'm saying? And you're up here, you can tell me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you're right. I mean, there are some women who you can blow in their ear and they just wet the whole bed. And then there are some women you gotta put in a little work.
Right.
And some men, they get, I don't want to say irritated, but they might get a little impatient. And I'm not a man, so I don't know what it takes to control yourself from climaxing or whatever. Because some men, that shit just be like
Palacios is wild.
that macaroni I was stirring yesterday before I put in the oven. That, you know what I'm saying, that shit just be so good, and they can't hold off. They can't hold off. So that's why I say I'm not a man. I don't know how,
sounds and things like that. That's definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that
let's keep it funky. Let's keep it funky for the folks. You know how we do.
A lot of things can come into play when it on our end. Even maybe certain sounds you be making, or however, you feel me? Like all that shit can come into play. And it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm like, dude, be like, hold up, slow down, girl, slow down.
Straight up.
You be like, I can't, like, come on, shit. But
that's a good point right there. Be easy, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and with what you're saying right there, like, that also comes with an audio with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's that whole everything is just like fuck. But I try to get too explicit on y'all tonight, man. But shout out to Jay Dunn up in here.
But sometimes, like, Rick, see, I'm not trying to be really graphic, but right. We all grown here.
No, and that's a fact.
Have to pull out. And they have to start doing other shit. Like, they might have to go down on you. They might have to play with you. They might have to, because they want to make sure that they do not rush it, because it's like some guys, and it all depends on your age too. And hey, you know, a lot of us is older around here, so no shade to older people, but
The block after
sometimes
dark
the you know, the reflex, the get
might
back,
be a
the get, what do
segment.
what do
Might be
y'all
a
call it?
segment.
It might take a minute, and she might be like almost there, like, damn, why, like, it's such a bad feeling. It's such a bad feeling. But I mean, you just gotta learn each other bodies too. You gotta know each
Right.
other's bodies. Um, and you just got to learn how to satisfy, what to satisfy. And when I say women are different, some of us it doesn't take much, and then some of us, I mean, you got to be just hitting that shit just right. The corner pocket, the 8 ball, you just got to be hitting that shit just right, and it might take a moment. You have to have patience. You have to have patience with some women. And I know with some men, it's like, damn, hurry the fuck up, you know, but you gotta have patience too with us, some of us, okay? No, be easy. Don't say that. We don't be doing too much. Hey, we see it's one thing about us as men and women, we will never fully understand how you operate, what it feels inside you when you're inside us, and vice versa. Like vice versa. Like y'all men will never understand how that feeling when it comes, and shit. Y'all might end up, well, I'm not even gonna get in that topic because we'll go down a rabbit hole. But y'all just don't understand.
The
And
nasty
you
table.
know what you say? Hold on, wait, what? No. Hold on. What did
Oh
you
shit.
say?
I
Are you?
said
I want to see if
the
you think what I
nasty
wanted to say, but
table.
I'm not gonna say.
Nah, man, you popping it, man. Shit.
See, I'm not even gonna say it because people see. Let me put my glasses on so I can look like a teacher.
Because everything you were saying was right. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, shit, you know. But then you started kind of you started slowing it down, like, you know, we can kind of go down a rabbit hole with this one. That's why I was like, oh, okay. And that's when I put the name out there. What's up with it, Miss Piggy? How you doing? But hell yeah, shit.
A free table. You know what? See, that's why I ain't talking to y'all. Breeze, it's your turn. I ain't talking to y'all. I ain't talking.
But yeah, man. But that's just a fact, man. Just when it comes to the man side, you know, definitely you need to definitely have communication open. And it can be vice versa, man. If the and that's what I'm saying, Palacios. I wanted to say it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you say that shit. You know what I'm saying? And what was I saying? You know,
Okay, y'all want me to say it?
let's
I'm gonna
go.
say it, but don't be going all down the rabbit hole, okay? I was just gonna say that sometimes when some women, when y'all just getting is good, they might end up squirting all over your ass. That's now I'm going on mute.
Hey, and you know what? I appreciate you saying that because I do appreciate a squirt. I'm not trying to be, you know, all whatever, but you know, I've never, you know, a lot of people I think take that in a different way and look at that as a whole different thing. I'm not even going
That's why I didn't
yeah,
want to
and
say.
I'm not going to get into that because I've been around it a few times and it, all that other conspiracy shit that's not
It's not
true.
true.
But you know, it's been, you know, in my
It's
face and all kind of
scientifically
shit.
proven, but people
And
still will say whatever.
I would tell you if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? But
It's spring water.
the what it is you know, that's a fact. And I think that's a nice payoff. I think when you're, you know, having, you know, some good, sexual activity with your woman and shit, and you get her to go ahead and get to really just, and like I always say, I like.
Nah, see,
No, and I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping, but I just, it's just because when I get to talking, I get to talking, and I just got to remember, like, hey, nigga. But I'm just saying,
that's why
but like, just me, I like, and I always say this, and it sounds funny, but it's just a fact because it's something that I like. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I like to make sure, that thing sound like a dog is, drinking water, before I get to, what I'm saying, and doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that shit to be really right. And what it takes to have that thing, what I mean? And that's when I told you with the whole sounds and all that, like all that makes a big difference when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Big rigs, I'm keeping it G rated. Nah, I'm not, and I can get really bad. But the thing
I'm telling you, I used to have
as long as it's not tap water. Yeah, as long as it's not tap water, Palacios, that's a motherfucking fact, bro.
I used to run these grown-up groups on Facebook, so I can get really explicit. That's why I'm trying to keep it. I know, Beezy, we're not trying to be G-rated, but I'm a very highly sexual being, and I can get really graphic, but I'm not trying to make this show about, you know what I mean? Like,
right,
I'm not trying to, yeah. And then have all y'all making videos
What's
about
up, Nurse
something
K?
the hood table said.
Or something Rig said. But hey, you know what? The thing is, though, hood table, to keep it 100, it's all real talk. And if somebody has to speak on it in a way that, like, is something bad or whatnot, it's like, come on, man. Like, I'm pretty sure you done thought about it or done went through it or whatever, or maybe even wanted to experience it and just haven't. You know what I'm saying? And may have a thing. Oh shit, I didn't experience that like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like talking about things like this, because you can have people that be a whole different hype when it comes to shit, and that's fine, man. I don't want an echo chamber. That's why at the end of every time we spit, I don't mind dropping the link as long as y'all keep it respectful and let's chop game, bro. That's what we here for. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are here for. And like I said, it can go either way. But I mean, I just, I think it was good. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell you, hood table, like, say your shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. And like I said, I'm gonna say mine. Again, I be knowing, like, that's why I stop for a minute and just be like, hey, remember, I gotta give myself a mental note. You know what I'm saying? And then I can go ahead and say what I was gonna say, but I can make sure I'm not too much to where somebody may want to try to use it against you. I'm not one to really just walk down, what I'm saying, dark alleys and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, there's certain things you gotta keep for a private conversation. Certain things,
and that's true too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want, when I do have, a stream and we do have a subject, I don't mind getting a little bit in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I think that makes for, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I mean? It don't just sound like the regular, just okie doke type conversation. Right. Like I can really lightweight get in there a little bit, to where like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he ain't too nasty, but fuck, I mean, them motherfuckers was spitting. And then we tone it back and then do what we do, you know what I mean? But just
see, that's the thing, Riz. Like,
go ahead.
There is, and trust me, I don't know if anybody else.
Miss Piggy said handcuffs. What's up, Tony?
Raise your hand if you want to in your chat, or keep your mouth shut. But I'm sure other people have probably been in those type of groups on Facebook. They had thousands of them, where it was like a private group, and you talked about relationships and sex and all this kind of shit. And a lot of times, in those closed environments, you felt very comfortable to talk about certain things. And, as me being, moderator or running these groups and shit, it was like our main motto was no holds barred. So we could discuss any and everything, but when you talk about on a public platform like YouTube, there's just certain things that I would dare not say that I like to do or things like that because, and no, I'm not a swinger. Be easy. I ain't never been into swinging.
Oh, be easy on Big Tromo.
I prefer to have one nigga. I prefer to have one nigga and that nigga had one of me or one female, like
Are
monogamy,
you
whatever
are
you
you
want to call
against
it.
swingers? Are you against them, Hood Table?
No, I'm absolutely not. And see, that's the when
Do you
I
think
say
if you got
I'm
involved with the man that was
I'm a
into it,
highly
would you do it?
sexual being. I'm a highly sexual being. So like when I was talking about like when we was doing the Diddy covers and shit like that, I was like,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with being a swinger if that's how you want to get down. Some people just have a higher freak level than others, and that's what I was going to say earlier. Certain things you can talk about, and some people just look at you like they are a nun, like like they ain't never heard of no shit, or oh my gosh, you have no clue. Like, and then some people will be relatable because they like shit. I'm down with the get down shit. Somebody said handcuffs. Blindfolds. Whips. Like it's a lot of things that certain people like to do sexually, but some people will give you the side eye, like like I don't know. Some people are just, I want to say, bougie sexual.
But if you got with somebody, right? Because I'm everybody has their boundaries. If you got with somebody and they happen to like want to do that, would you just tell them, hey, I
I
don't?
can't do it. That's what I'm saying. I don't have no problem with other people doing it. I can't do it. I can't be a swinger. I prefer to have one partner. And even in the past when I might have been cheated on by a guy, it was usually a wrap because one just the thought, like we had this conversation before. The thought of somebody else being with your woman, the thought of somebody else being with your man, and then you coming behind them, you don't know if they was using protection, you know if that was a dirty asshole, you
Period.
don't know if that nigga was a dusty, you don't know, like
All of that.
it's just I can't even fake like it's the same, even if I'm still trying to have sex with you. So
Right.
I can never. I don't want my man and nobody else's puss.
That's a fact.
I mean, no, no. And the fact that no matter what you do to please a man, we have to get over that stereotypical shit that a female must ain't doing something right, because we all know that you could be swinging from chandeliers, cooking butt ass naked in stilettos. I mean, riding that pole day and night. I mean, just doing everything, and a man can still cheat on you because some men just don't. They can't be with one person. So, let's throw that out the window. So if I know I'm doing everything, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of the kids, helping you take care of the house and home. I'm not the kind of girl that you gotta ask for sex all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing as a man, as the head of the household, even if we're not staying together, because you don't have to be in the same crib. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, pleasing me, take care of me, whoop, 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 it ain't no baby, please. Now there might be some times where I'm just tired. I work 12 hours a day. I get you in the morning. I wake you up. I ride that motherfucker at 5 a.m. before you go to work. But for the most part, like, and I'm sure I'm not the only woman out there that's like that. Some women, you don't have to, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, we enjoy giving us to you.
Okay, look. Let me just stop you right there.
Okay.
Perfect. So let's say what you just said. When we do, you guys enjoy it, right? What if we wanted it maybe twice a day? Would that be would that?
Sometimes ain't even enough for a female.
So that wouldn't be a problem then.
No.
Oh,
Maybe 4 or 5
because
times would be too much. But on a regular, I don't know.
I would think maybe a good morning and definitely a good
That's
night.
what I'm saying. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And but the thing is
Morning,
if more would
night,
be, that would be even dope too. But
3
I would
a.m.
think at least twice. But sometimes it seems like if your appetite is like that your partner can get to feeling a certain way.
And see, let me tell you, Riz, so you just open a whole Pandora's box right there, because
I want to open it.
when you're a highly sexual being, I have been with guys before where they thought she got to be fucking somebody else. Because if she wants it from me this much,
and I've gotten that.
I'm not even
That's exactly why I brought that up.
Just
Absolutely.
because I want to have, like, it might be 2 a.m. if that thing is on my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Some women,
you can't walk by me
have
in a certain outfit or whatever at night and me not want, you know. But you're absolutely right. And the whole thing with the accusing and all that, I've been through that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you happen to have an appetite that's like that, and that's why I said earlier, if I'm with you, I have a certain attraction for you, more than just your body, of course, but that is like, you know, that's I'm in tuned with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what made me be like, wow, you know what I mean? That's what made me really want to engage you. You feel me? So I already knew what I wanted to do when I seen you.
Exactly.
And now if I have that opportunity, I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm gonna try to make, you know, I'm gonna try to make it right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when I just heard that for a lot of women to go through that, it was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And I can see from, you know, certain men out there that, like I said, I wasn't one that was just always getting hella women or none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know that there was motherfuckers I knew that was always getting the girls and shit. They can have that type of attitude like that. You see what I'm saying? And then and it's like, well, shit, well, the girls, they keep fucking with this motherfucker, so what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So shit. But that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? But it's wild though to be older and know that, you know what I'm saying, that there's, you know, women that are in relationships that, you know, aren't really having, you know what I'm saying, an orgasm, man, when it comes to fucking,
because,
you know, having sex.
Like I said, and I'm not gonna put it all on men. We can't put it all on men, because some men, they get lazy, they want to just take care of themselves, and then some women okay. So
speak on it.
Okay, so I don't know how some women feel about guys that don't like to go downtown. That's
Get into it.
To my heart. Okay. And then there's women who don't like to do it either. So a lot of times, before you even get into some type of relationship or a sexual relationship, sometimes you don't have to tell somebody everything you like or everything you've done. You know, you got to keep some shit off the table. You know, you got to throw some surprises later, you know, down the road. But that is a conversation that does have to be had, because I didn't, child. Now, let me just say this, and this is honest to God truth.
I'm gonna drop it in about 10 minutes, B.
I have never had a guy who didn't like to do that, but I have had friends and relatives who they might have been with their man for years. I mean, like years, got kids by him and shit, and he won't do that, but he wants them to do it like every chance they get. Like got a knee pads and all.
What's
that
up, boss lady?
Like,
wow.
And so I think, again, if there's nothing you talk about sexually with a future interest or a potential mate, I think certain things should be on the table. Because if I find out you don't like to do that, and I know I like to please like that, and you don't like to do that, it ain't no relationship. And see, that's one of the other topics that came into play a lot in my grown folks groups on Facebook was, could you be with somebody who doesn't like to go down? Like, and there are men who say, hell no. But then they'll turn around and be like, I ain't putting my mouth down there. I'm like, really?
Well,
like,
that's crazy.
And you have your own right. You have your own right. But I can't be with a man that doesn't do that. And
yeah, if it's no for you, then it should just be no all the way across the board.
Yeah,
that's just,
I mean, I love sex. If I had a choice, I would take the D before the head, but I also love the head.
That's a fact, boss lady.
I'll take the D if I had a choice, but I wanted both. And most men, they want you to give head, and they want you to give it very well. They will fucking talk you all the way through that
She
shit.
said do it
Hold
very
your
well.
head
That's
down,
right.
all that shit. But then turn around and be like, I don't do that. I don't
That's
do that.
wild. What's up, LaKendra? That's
There
wild.
are some men who don't do that shit. So again, you don't need to tell a potential mate everything about yourself or all your needs, desires, your past sexual experiences, but it's certain. That's one of the ones. Do you get head, motherfucker?
What's up, Big O?
Like, for real, do you get head, motherfucker?
No, that's a fact though.
How good are you at being? Can I give you an
I
A
think that's
plus, A
fair.
minus, like D, like?
When I was younger, they used to look at it really bad. Like, nah, dude, shit, we don't need motherfucking pussy. We don't, hell
And
no.
then they do it.
And now it's like, huh? You feel me? They would started coming out with songs, you know, like, and everything, like completely changing the whole perspective on it. But I mean, I remember growing up and like it was told like, hell no, motherfucker, you don't. But it
you know
wasn't
what,
told like
Riz?
it wasn't told that you don't get no motherfucking head though.
But you know what,
You feel
Riz?
me? Go ahead.
From what I experienced growing up when I was younger, some guys would say that because it was cool with around their homies, around their partners.
And that's a fact.
And they be the first one. They will swallow your whole. They will swallow
And
your
I could believe
and all
that.
that shit, and then turn around and tell their boys, "I don't
And
get
deny
it."
the motherfucking shit out
They
of
be
it.
lying. They be lying. They be lying. Mm-hmm.
Because to be honest though, you know, hood table, like if and I really enjoy women, you know what I'm saying? So like if you really like enjoy something, you're gonna want to please that, you know what I'm saying? You're
Put your
gonna
best
want to,
foot forward.
yeah, you're gonna want to explore and all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? You gonna want to see all the little reactions and everything you can get, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being 100. You feel me? So it's just like shit.
Jay does say, man.
Men got tired of lesbians stealing their women, so they started giving, hey, shit, Jay Dunn, you know.
You know what? We gonna drop the link
Hey,
soon, y'all,
fuck.
because I want to hear
Yeah,
something. I want to hear some
yeah.
feedback. But can I ask you one question before we get there? I don't know how many other topics you got.
No, that was it. So after you
Okay.
ask me whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay, well,
up our song and then the link. Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you this, and then this is for the guys in the chat too. When it comes to sexually pleasing your woman, or
That's right, LaKendra.
Remember when I said we were gonna get onto the experimental things? Like, how far are you willing to go experimentally with your woman? And the second part of that question is, have you ever been to like a toy shop with your women and selected toys for you guys, different things, toys? Like, do you have a problem with your woman wanting to use toys? Like, do you feel like you're enough? Do you feel some type of way about it? So that's the last question.
What's up, brother? I can answer that.
Okay.
The first one was, what was it again? Real quick with the first question.
The first part is as far as like
how far kind of would you go with the person, whatever, like with their fetishes or whatnot, experiment and everything.
Like experimental. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so when it comes to that, I think I would be pretty fucking reasonable. Like I said, I'm into the pleasure and everything, but like say like the choking and all that, you know what I'm saying? I could probably do maybe a little bit of that. I probably wouldn't be really
take a little choking.
Right. I'm saying if the person wanted that. Like I'm talking about what a person would want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's what they thing and whatever, and we was good, I would probably try a little bit of it, but I wouldn't be crazy or nothing, because I'm not, and I'm not even, some people that do that shit, they know how to do that shit. That's not in my performance. You know what I'm saying? And then like, with the cuffs or stuff like that, handcuffs or whatever, you know what I mean? That shit, Now me being cuffed, no. But like if they want to be cuffed or whatever like that, and it's whatever on some type of shit, or hey, shit, I ain't tripping. Now when it comes to the like sex stores and stuff like that, that was a common thing. That was actually one of the things that I like the most, because every time we would go out of town, we would hit up a sex store out of town. You know what I mean? Because it's always going down. You know what I mean? When we get in
It's
the room,
always down the highway.
we get in the room with the jacuzzi
Yeah.
tub in there. You know the whole. You know what I mean? We chilling. So we would always hit up the sex store. You know what I'm saying? Because you know like the little edible type oils and shit like that, water based and toys and stuff like that. Now I have no problem with toys, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I like to see the reactions, you know what I'm saying, that she may go through. I can't do with this fucking, you know, 100-mile-per-hour
Nice
toy
rabbit.
doing, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, they do have like the vibrating,
The
you know,
rose.
well, but I'm just talking about for men, you know, they have the vibrating, you know, cock rings that you can use, and those are great. But I'm not even gonna get in all that. But you know what I'm saying, at the sex store, I mean, she'll love you for it too, because you actually then turned yourself into a goddamn toy. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at the toys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think that shit is cool. I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like some men take it as, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying? And it's just they got like an ego thing with it. But I like sex though, you know what I'm saying? I'm not using the toy on myself or shit like that. You know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing of that. But everything for her, you know, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I want her to fucking, you know, go through the motions and all that shit. I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like Jay Dunn, you know what I'm saying, with the notepad and the pen, you know what I mean, taking notes. You know what I'm talking about?
That can shit off. Like, hey, you know what, Lakendra, I told this story before. I don't know if I told it here or on my channel, but I have a friend who met a guy, and when they got to the sexual part of their relationship, the very first time,
What's
she
up,
wanted to
Michelle's
use
daughter?
toys. And if y'all watch Sisters, I used to do TV show reviews on Sisters. By the way, my niece has her songs on that show, by the way. Just throw that out there.
Pop your
But
shit.
anyway,
Pop your shit.
but I used to do TV show reviews on Sisters. So if y'all remember that guy, the light-skinned guy, who when they pulled out the toys, before she could even do anything, he turned around and said, "I'm first." And that shit happened to my friend. And she said she didn't know what to do. They had just had foreplay. She was aroused. He was aroused. And she wanted him to use the dildo on her. And he was like, and I'm like, when she told me, my mouth stayed open for like a week. Because I was like, why? See, that's the kind of shit that you have to discuss before you get to the bedroom. I'm like, bitch, did you do it? Yeah, I did it. But that was the last time I saw him. And he blew my phone up for at least 2 months straight. And I was like, why didn't you talk to him and tell him you didn't want to do it? Or why she said, I don't know. It was like, she never had that shit happen before. She was just like, I was like, man, I would have turned around and walked out if you weren't comfortable with it. And this is no shade. I'm very open-minded, okay? As a highly sexual being, I'm very open-minded. So if there are men who, and then there are men who, I truly believe there are men who are not gay, not thinking about a man, ain't never been with a man, but there's something about back there that can be very stimulating with their, you know. So no shade, no disrespect. But if you're not comfortable with doing something like that, then that should be something on the table. You just don't pop that shit on somebody in the middle of making out. You just don't turn around and be like, me first. Like when I say, I was like, no. And it's so funny because I saw the same exact fucking scene on Sisters in like season 2. But I don't even remember what season 1 or season 2. I think some of y'all who watch Sisters with Tyler Perry,
What
y'all
it do,
know
John?
exactly the fucking scene I'm talking about. She had a whole box of toys under the bed and pulled out her shit, and that nigga turned around, dropped his drawers. Oh, and then that's another thing. He liked to wear lace panties. The man on Sisters, he liked to wear lace panties. We can go all over the place with that, but Riz, what I'm trying to say is this friend, she didn't know what to do. I was like, man, I would have just walked. I would have just, and then it was at her house. So I'm like, ladies, like, can you imagine being in that situation and you're not comfortable with that? Like, it's one thing to, and again, no judgment, no judgment. It's one thing for a man to like to be toyed with, played with, but he wanted the whole toy, not just to be toyed with. He wanted the whole toy. And she was like, "Fuck it, bitch." I just was like, I'm like, no, ain't no way, I could have done that. But everything is not for everybody, and that's why I don't judge. There's certain things that I like to do that
And so
other
what you're
women don't
saying
want to do.
is that's you're saying that that's fine, and that doesn't mean that a man is gay if he likes to be toyed with like that.
I truly believe that every man that likes to be toyed with is not gay. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. I mean, maybe I'm being naive, but just from what I know, and I'm not a man, but just from what I know about them being stimulated in that area back there, I can't even remember what the fuck it's called. Y'all help me out in the chat. Y'all help me out in the chat. But
What's
I
up,
was
Mahogany?
like, I just, and if they are gay or if they're not gay, I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
No,
I
I
can't
see what
be
you're
the
saying when you
toy
say you
for
can't
someone
do it,
else.
but I
But
just
I'm not judging you. I just can't do it. Just like somebody asked me, could I be a swinger? I can't do it.
I use that word. I don't judge. I don't use that anymore. I don't mind when people say it, but we judge every day. We judge every fucking day. And so I'm not gonna say I'm not
Well, when I
judging
say
because
that,
it
I
is.
mean I'm not shaming. Maybe that's a better way to say it. I'm not shaming or looking down on you, or is that a
I
better way
mean,
to
I,
say it?
I mean to each their own. I get what you saying,
Yeah,
but
I'm not.
but uh I
Who's
definitely
this there? You know what? Let me go on mute. Sorry. Go on mute.
I definitely let me see what the hell my problem with straight people doing that to their men is a hygiene part. Gay men douche before playing like that. I don't think straight men know what they should douche first.
And they
Um
probably don't know Jay
and
Dunn.
and besides that part, and Jay Dunn is absolutely right.
You said besides that part.
But besides that part, um, I I think differently. I think if and prostate stimulation, also
Thank you,
known the
sexy
male
toy
G spot,
lady. That's what we
and
came
I
for.
have heard of you know, you do get a lot of whatever stimulation from that, but just I would think differently if that's what you were doing. I mean, you're penetrating yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I would think that, I mean, if you like that and that's your type of thing, I couldn't it wouldn't I wouldn't think that you would not want a man to do that, because what would be the difference? You see what I'm saying? Just what would be the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's cool. But I couldn't say that that wasn't that would be considered just regular activity, because no, that's not. And that's why I say, when it comes to the judging thing, I mean, yeah, to each their own, but I'm not going to put you in the same box. You know what I'm saying? If that's your get down sexually, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade. You know what
So
I'm
do you feel
saying?
the same way about guys who have anal with their woman, even if it's something that their woman loves to do?
Now when it comes to that, I also have a certain view on that.
Okay.
I'm me personally, I'm not into that. If my woman wants that, maybe on an occasion it may happen. That's my woman, and and like I said, I don't have no problem pleasuring my woman, but I me personally, I'm not into that. The only holes I want is your mouth and them other lips down there. That's it. Them is the only two lips I want. That's it.
And
You
I
know what I
only
mean?
ask because some people feel like a guy is gay if he do that too. So, or he wants to be with a man, or he has been with a man, or you know, I don't know if you
Well,
heard that before,
the
but
thing
yeah,
is, Hood Table
like
is, like, they got things of men, fucking screwing fucking, what was it, like sheeps or something, lambs or anything, because they damn near had like the same type of, you know, shit, like I don't know, it was some crazy shit, but they all kind of just wild shit, a motherfucker. It's like, there was cavemen that was fucking holes of anything. So
you
what I'm
remember
saying,
the guy who died from the horse, right? I know some of y'all remember that shit. The
well, they
guy
used
who
to have
died
that in
from the horse.
Mexico. They used to have a
That was
show in
here.
Mexico
That
with
was in
that.
the United States. That was like in Idaho or Utah. It was a Midwestern state. And it was like a farm, and these white guys would go to this farm and they would take turns having sex with this specific horse. And one time they had sex with the horse, and the horse went crazy and basically went through the dude's whole inside, guts, and everything. Not trying to be gross, but that shit happens, and that shit is nasty. And but you said something about the sheep. That's why I was like, no, do not touch animals. Is you can catch a lot of diseases from animals. Like we have enough of diseases
Absolutely.
to deal with regular human beings. There's enough diseases out here for us to us. But on that type of sicko type of shit, that type of level, that is.
Well, there was a lot, and like I said, there was a lot of that. They used to have shows in Mexico with that. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of that. You know what I mean? So nothing can fucking would surprise me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, just me myself, no, I've never been into that. I've never really thought of that. Really as something to really like enter and try. Just that's just me. You know what I'm saying? To each
That's
their own.
bestiality. That's what they call it.
No, I'm not talking about the bestiality. I'm talking about the other thing. Yeah, I'm the conversation on an animal.
Sorry.
The conversation on an animal don't even.
No,
You ain't even gonna get that out of me.
Sorry. That wasn't for
Shit.
you. I'm sorry. I'm going on mute.
But yeah, so on that though, what you asked though, Hood Table, with the toys and all that, not an issue, no problem at all with that. Again, like I said, there's probably a lot of men out there with the ego thing, and they wouldn't be for it. Like if the woman was to say something about it, they would take it as if like, what, you know what I'm saying? I don't please you. I don't. And again, that goes with the being open with fucking partner, man, and able to have a discussion without being fucking judged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just, just being like, shit, man, this is what I like or what I don't like. You know what I mean?
You have to have a mutual understanding, regardless. And some of these topics I bring up, we might be going a little far into a little of the graphic area, but we are grown here. We are talking about relationships. We're talking about satisfying each other. So I know some people in the chat might be like, damn, you guys, where y'all going with this shit? But
well, everybody are satisfied in all different kind of ways, Hood Table.
Yes.
And what you said, it's not like what you're saying was wrong, because what you said was right. When it comes to that area, it is supposed to be known that is a fucking erotic area and all of that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't put it past that, but just with the question you had asked me on that, that's just where I went with it.
Oh, no,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
But what's up with the drip? But what you said though, like that is a fact.
And the guys, yeah,
and people, when it comes to you having discussions like this, all kind of things can come up, and I don't have a problem with that. I actually kind of is open to that, because like I said, that brings more to the discussion. You know what I mean? And And then when people do see it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there wasn't really no holds barred. They kind of touched in on a couple of things, you feel me? And was respectful with it. And that's another thing, when you get into certain things, you got to come at it with respect. You know what I'm saying? Because again, these can be things that other people may, do, and that's what they do. So it's not like you want to try to down anything or disrespect anybody. Like I said, none of that. But it's just like, it's being real. You know what I mean? These are our perspectives on whatever. And that's what the conversation is all about. But at the same time, you got to do the shit with respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing.
You can't. Lady said she covered that story on her show. She know what I'm talking about. The horsey.
What story?
About the horsies. Yep. And then I like what Boss Lady said. She said some people are just ignorant and be quick to twist the narrative. LaKendra said, in my relationship is nothing we can't talk about doing, but be willing for me to disagree. And that's absolutely right. And that's why I strongly. I'm an aging woman. I'm a woman of age, however y'all want to call it. So I done had plenty of sexual experiences, and from what I've learned over the years, is it's best, is really best to discuss certain things about what you like, and you don't have to do it on the first date or the second date, but eventually you got to get to that conversation about, because the one thing you don't want is to be with somebody and then you find out later down the line, they don't want to do this. They don't like doing that. They don't want you doing this. Like, okay, I don't know how many women have ever experienced this. And I'm going to say this, then we can drop the link. But I don't know how many women have maybe experienced being with a man and you like to give him pleasure orally, but he don't like it. Like, so there's certain things that when it comes to pleasuring and being pleasure, it's you don't want to find that shit out later and you just in this relationship. And it's easy for somebody to say, well, if you really love them, you won't care if they don't do this or they don't do that. That part is a problem.
Yeah, that really don't work. I mean,
yeah, it's a problem for me.
It's got to be really genuine.
Right.
If you're kind of going into it like that, you're going to get tired of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just not going to work. What's up with the voodoo? But you're absolutely right. Like if I like, going down there orally on her and she doesn't like it, but like I like doing it, like that's my thing, that would probably be like an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just and not to say that but it is saying it. But just sex can be a really big part in a fucking relationship. Mm-hmm. Because it's almost like eating every day. You know what I mean? Like sex is really like part of your fucking relationship, like period.
And you should.
I think the reason why you kind of got into the relationship, like I said, is like you really liked what you saw. You know what I'm saying? You can see yourself, going to sleep, waking up with this person, whatever, however you want to spin it. Like you was attracted to this person in all kind of different ways. You know what I'm saying? So sex is a big part of that. Yeah. You ain't tripping on her math problems all the time or how she fucking, puts together a fucking a sentence or what, you know what I mean? That you like, what she does for you and everything, you know what I'm saying? How she makes you feel. And that can be from sexually to, conversation and all of that for sure. But sex is definitely a big part. And when people say it isn't, it's just, I gotta really beg differ. Because I've seen relationships go to shit over fucking sex. You know what I mean? Yeah. On both parts. Somebody end up, kind of venturing off or whatever, and somebody then made them fucking hit the roof. And now they over here, sneaking off, doing whatever, seeing that person. Mm-hmm. And that's why I told you again, Hood Table, when you break up with somebody and they get with somebody else, and you always had that thought like, damn, man, they probably had this motherfucker climbing walls and all kind of shit. And you never know if they may want to go back to that person because maybe the way they made them feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know. Everybody is different. You feel me? Like I can make you feel great, but somebody else can make you feel great too. Like what? I think I'm the only one.
Think about somebody else making them feel great. Right. Like, and see, that's why I said earlier, like a lot of people focus on just sex, but there's so many different type of intimacies. Like you were saying, like we was talking the other day, how you know, when you with your girl and you might be just driving down the street and you might have your hand on her thigh the whole time.
Right.
That could make a woman drop panties at the end of the night when you get home. It's certain things. It could be the physical touch. It could be a little kiss. It could be emotional, like just being all in tune to how their day went. The intellectual, you know, having conversations, different topics, and you can carry a conversation. Like I know, as far as women, we can get hot and bothered over shit like that. You know, this motherfucker know what the fuck he talking about. You know, I ain't trying to say politics or anything like that, but I'm just saying, and we talked about that before, you guys. A man who can have a conversation and not just yo, what up, you know what I'm saying? There's a man that you gotta have more than a sexual intimacy with somebody for your relationship to work.
That's a good point.
And don't forget the experiment.
Boss lady.
It ain't nothing wrong with experimenting. Nothing wrong
but
with
you got to look at what Michelle's daughter said, and what she said is true.
Where is it? Oh,
it is. As I get older, I realize that sex is not that important in my relationships.
And for some people, that is true. For some people,
that is true. That is true. And that's the thing. Like, you know, you gotta know, you know what. And now, if you've been in a relationship and then you end up like kind of just falling back from it, I mean, I don't really, you know, I don't really know what to, know what to say on that. But like, say like you been out of a relationship and then just kind of been whatever, and then maybe you might be dating again now, and you're just like, I ain't really tripping too much on sex or whatever. It's just like if we cool and have a good connection and have fun with each other, that means a lot.
With that. You know,
and I can dig that, but I think with the if you was just long term with somebody and just kind of falling out, unless it was kind of mutual, I just think that sex would always kind of be a pretty relevant.
It would
because like
be mutual.
Because even like I said, you know, I can get how, you know, maybe I'm talking about like twice a day. Okay, well, you know, it isn't as much, you know, with you. So, you know, I would be fair with, you know, maybe, you know, 2 times a week. You know, maybe if we can do that, and that would be, you know, but I mean, fuck, you know, because like you said, relationships are work, and you have to, you know, be able to compromise. You know what I'm saying? And if she's telling you, hey, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, but y'all good and everything like that, like I said, y'all been in relationship for a long time, you'd have to take that under consideration. But I would expect her to at least take it under consideration. Oh, well, you know, okay, I can get it. We used to do like, you know, maybe twice a day or whatever. How about we do it, you know, twice a week or something? If would that work with you? You know what I mean?
That's an individual basis, because twice a week,
I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, you know, if some people, if they don't really be tripping on it that much, if you don't say something, like I said, you got to voice your shit. If you don't say something, you may go a fucking week or weeks or a month without having no.
You gotta have those conversations. But see, personally, if I'm not having sex with my dude, and you know, men feel like that too sometimes. If your woman tell you only need it once a week,
see, Michelle said twice a day. Lord,
twice.
It sounds wild, but I mean, it would just be like a morning and a night thing.
Just super busy. I mean, I guess I can get it.
And just depending on the schedules and shit too. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if you can get a good morning, definitely a night. You know what I'm saying?
Hit that, Riggs. Hit that.
The thing to figure out is why it slowed down and fix that. And that's what I was saying, Voodoo. Like if it was long term, I can't really just see it like, but you know, if it did, I couldn't 86 it just completely out. I can understand, okay, maybe not the twice a day. You know, I don't want to say let's go, you know, 3 or 4 times a week. That'll just sound like, you know, what do you think? I'm a piece of meat, you know what I mean? So, you know, twice a week.
When you're working and have kids, shit, that never slowed me down. I worked 2 jobs, had 2 kids, went to college, all that kind of shit. But everybody's different. Again, no judgment.
And I'm a girl. You're right though.
It's about you.
She is right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, because when it comes to having kids and all that, that's definitely gonna slow down all those type of activities like that. That is a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and I couldn't be mad at that, because you're dealing with the kids, the school, we work. Yeah, it's absolutely.
You see that also is, and let me just say this to was that Hummer Girl? Yeah, that was Hummer Girl. Let me say this, that can actually happen depending on your schedules. It also can depend on if he work nights, you work days, if y'all hardly see each other. It could depend on a lot of different scenarios. With a person like me, who and there's a lot of us out there, so ladies, don't be shy. If you really like to have sex like that and stuff, you can work all day and still come home and want to get some dick. Like
that's right.
I'm just being honest. Working, kids, my boys was in sports all year round, 2 jobs, college, homework, helping them with their homework. Shit. I mean, sometimes you might get tired. Sometimes you might get tired, boss. But I'm telling you, when that man is laying up with you at night and that shit, just a little touch, just a little bit, shit.
That's all it takes too.
That's all it takes. I mean, some people have a higher sexual, and it just depends. It's an individual thing. So don't feel bad if you have, and I'm not talking to you, Hummer Girl. I'm just saying in general. If you want to have sex every day, 2-3 times a day, if you want to have sex once a week, it's a personal preference, but you have to have an agreement with your loved one. You can't be saying, I want to have sex once or twice a week, and that nigga, he's high functioning sexual, and he wants to have it like every other day, or every, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be it's agreed, shit, hey, I don't know. I could be tired, and that's sex and having that's how you have that. Okay, listen, y'all. You know how you work all day, right? You tired, and you say, what do most people say when they get off work? I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get in the bed. I'm so tired, and you get that second wind. You get that second wind, and next thing you know, you doing all kind of shit. You might be kicking it, turning up, going out or whatever. Sometimes you work all day, have no kids, and you get that second wind. So yeah, it's personal preference, but that's all I got, Riz.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
They gonna be like, damn, when you go drop the fucking link, y'all?
Yeah, they probably don't even want the link no more. Y'all still want the link?
Y'all
shit,
hit this damn link. Shit.
Let's see. I don't even think they want the link. Everybody that wanted the link, I think they left.
Yeah.
We got an hour and 35 minutes in there. So like, man, these motherfuckers. Y'all want the link, man? What's going on, man? Somebody gonna come up here and pop their shit. They gonna yell at me.
Somebody come up.
They gonna do something.
Would be easy. I know he'll come up.
Yeah, I don't see him, and he wanted the link. He gone. He up out of there. But let me go ahead and get this song of CC. Boss Lady was like, nope. They was like, nah, don't send that link.
Y'all don't want the link? Okay.
They like, don't send that link. So let me go ahead and get to this song though, y'all, because we gotta give Charlie some shine, man. Charlie came through for us.
That's my girl, Charlie.
So y'all get a bar of this. We go ahead and avatar up real quick.
Okay, me too.
And y'all check this out, y'all.
From the block to the hood table, big brick slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like us, share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profiling, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table. With with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rig Slaps in the cake decorating diva. The one and only the hood table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
Hey, I like that, Charlie. Hey, what's up with John? Nah, we ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? I was just seeing what was going on. Dropped our song that Charlie did for us. Seeing if anybody was trying to hit the link. You know what I mean? I didn't drop it just yet. So if anybody wants to link, we will drop it. We still here. I think I probably got Hood Table for maybe about a good 20 more minutes before she goes ahead and taps out, because you know what I mean, she got to do things, y'all. So appreciate that, Jackie. And I appreciate that, Olivia. I think it was a good live too. I think what we was talking about was real. However you want to spin it, you know what I mean? It was real conversation. You know, I don't think tens was put on anything. Everybody's gonna have their perspective on things, and you know, I always give you know, the opportunity to you know, have people, you know, talking and speak on it, you know what I mean? Because that's why I like these topics, man. They can go anywhere, you know what I mean? But I mean, as long as we respectful and shit, I mean, that's the main part, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know, I don't mind having a discussion, man, at all, and with anybody, you know what I mean? It's all good. So how do you feel about the stream, though, Hood Table?
I feel awesome. I mean, I have to admit that well, I don't want to say admit, but I just have to say that I enjoy our shows that we do together. They're a different lane. They're different from what a lot of people is used to in this sector. But I love the fact that people are supporting us. You know, they're coming, they're sharing, they're joining us in the chat, having conversations. I love having this type of it's like a grown folks atmosphere, no judgment zone. We just here to talk, have fun, laugh, and just keep it real. That's what our show is all about. That's how it'll always be, whether we talking about relationships or family or trending news or celebrities, whatever it is. We just open the door and open the platform up for y'all to just be able to talk to us, and we just be able to talk to y'all like normal, you know, human beings. No arguing, no yelling, no, you know what I'm saying? We just keep it real grown and real mature over here on our show. And that's I love that. And I love the fact that people, you know, have been giving us positive feedback. Like really, you know, everybody ain't down with our show. We know that. We done heard little shit here and there, you know, we know that, but we don't care. We don't care. So, you know, we're here for the ones who are here for us. So, you know, I love it. I really love it. But yeah.
And you know, in these spaces, you know, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody's not going to like you. Somebody can not like, you know, your voice. They cannot like, you know, your fucking avatar. Anything, you know what I'm saying? So they just don't like you. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What you do is you champion the people that rock with you, that you see in your chats, that want to see you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what counts, man. All that other shit, it's like, who gives a fuck? You know, like I'm just trying to reach and touch, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers that fuck with me. Everybody else, it's like whatever is whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're going to think whatever you think about me. You're going to have whatever view you have about me. I can't change that. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to change it. I actually salute it. Keep thinking what you think. You know what I'm saying? It's good because it ain't changing a motherfucking thing over here. It ain't changing how I move, what I do, or anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it bothers you. You know what I mean? Because you feel a certain way, and that's just what it is with haters. You know, that's why I always say that in my chat, man. I've never been a hater. All my life, I kind of just did my own thing. I've always gotten hated on. It's nothing new to me. So me being around or whatever, and people not liking me for whatever fucking reason, it is what it is. My attitude and everything is the same. How I am right here is the same if you see me in person. I pop the same shit, same attitude. You know what I'm saying? And just some people, they can't fuck with it. And that can go with you too. Hood Table, there's probably people that just don't fuck with you just for the simple fact you probably didn't do a fucking thing wrong to them. I mean, just to keep it 100, I was watching a content creator today, man, and it was wild to me, man, because the way they was voicing the shit, it was just like, this shit is fucking crazy. You know, people really will fucking just, you know, stop fucking with you over the simple fact that you may have did something that they may not like or something. But like, who the fuck is you to fucking, you know what I mean, to trip that much on what the fuck I'm doing? If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. I'm not going to pick and choose what the fuck you do. You know, it's just really weird, man. It's like, you know, the things that I see and everything like that. And I don't really think that people really understand that there's really genuine people out here. There's really people out here that really, like, you know, take you for you and whatever your bad and your good is, but they fuck with you and rock with you. You know, there's really good people out here that really fuck with you like that. And then when you run across these people that fucking take that shit for granted and shit on you, you know what I mean? It's a fucking problem. And it'll end up giving you a fucking shell to where you don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that really fucking sucks, man. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way when I fucking seen that shit. And I really just seen raw emotion and everything, man. I was just like, man, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. And like I said, I don't come around here to try to change a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? This is all what y'all do, and that's it is what it is. But at the same time, you know what I mean, the way I fucking move and how I get down, I fucking move and get down. And I always fucking express this, man. If I fuck with you and rock with you, I fucking rock with you, man. Period.
And you've always
you can't let nobody fucking get in the middle and say anything to discourage that unless you heard it from my motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it 100. Yeah. You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah. And we ain't gonna put no name on it, uppity, because we ain't that ain't what we about. We ain't over here to be stirring up no bullshit, but we just gotta make sure we address that there are certain people who are hating on our platform and who have been trying to diss us and shit. We've heard it like firsthand, and it's like, we don't give a fuck. We gonna keep doing what we do. Other people keep doing what they do. Some people want to be messy on here 25/8, and some people don't want to be messy on here 25/8. But to those who do support us and support our platform, we fuck with y'all. Like Ray said, we fuck with y'all. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was just, you know, something that I just seen earlier, and it was just wild to me, man. You know, I can, like I always say, I can really care less on, you know, what people say or try to talk whatever they talk about me, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I got tough skin, you know, it's nothing to me.
I know you don't care.
But when I just see certain things, you know, with other people, you know, like I don't fuck with people in real life. You know, I don't talk to people. I don't, none of that. You know what I mean? I avoid people. I'm not trying to look at you, none of that shit. I'm in my own lane, my own world. But I do fuck with people, though. I'm a people person, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like to really just see people hurt. I don't like to see people go through, you know, certain shit that's just unnecessary. That's just me. That's in my character. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all that is. You feel me? Like when it comes to me, myself, and somebody like maybe coming at me sideways, man, that's nothing, man. I always say it all the time. It's small shit to a giant. But it's just what I witnessed today. It just, I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not cool. And again, I'm not trying to change anything because that's just what it is. But just at the same time, y'all, it's just, you know, that's why I said again, there's some people that are on here that are genuine. They do fucking, you know, care and you know, wish good for, you know what I'm saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
But
good
it's about
to,
where we are too, Riggs. And I don't want to make an excuse about that. But
no, and I understand that. I
you
understand that.
know,
But there's still people that, but at the same time, hood table, and I'm gonna say this: the people that I be seeing in my chat, I do sometimes see them in other places. But I got people that come down and say stuff on my community wall that I've never fucking seen before, hood table. I don't know where these people are coming from. You know what I'm saying? Out the sector.
They're just trolling.
You
I
feel
get
me?
them, Riggs. I'm telling you, I get them too. I be blocking.
But they're not even on no bad shit. They be actually on some good shit. And what I'm trying to say is that you never know who the fuck is really watching and fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? There is people out there that really do fuck with, you know what I'm saying, what we be chopping it up with, or the type of you know, mindset or whatever we be coming with, or content or whatnot. You just never know. Everybody just ain't always just rah rah rah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't mind having my little numbers or whatnot. But when I end my shit and then I end up seeing maybe 400 or 500, and sometimes I didn't seen 8 to 1,000, I'm fucking floored. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, hey, and like I said, there's some of these people I've never seen them in any of these other chats. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I appreciate them. You know what I mean? I fucking appreciate them. And I appreciate everybody that slides through and fucks with us, you know what I'm saying? Because we are different than what, you know, usually is going on. Like, you know, with me, I fucked with the sectors and all that, but you'll never get that out of me. I don't do that. I'll open up my panel, let people, you know, pop their shit or whatever. I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy this shit, you know what I mean? I'm addicted to the shit. I watch the shit. I ain't gonna fucking lie. I just don't move that way. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. I just myself don't. But I you know, I'm not against it or nothing. You know, hey, it is what it is. Everybody do their own thing. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But
thank you, LaKendra. Everybody that ain't down for no shit show. Absolutely. Like, I get what Riggs, I get what you're saying. Like, there are certain shows that we do together,
appreciate your room
and I get
second.
a lot of positive feedback from our show. And then there's some people who don't have such positive feedback. And we talked about this before behind the scenes, and you know, at one point in time, I even was like, you know, I was like, the fuck, like you already know. I was like, man, you was like hood table, fuck them motherfuckers. But I'm like, you know, sometimes, you know, it can bother you, you know, a little bit.
Appreciate that, sexy
But
toilet.
for the most part, we don't want to focus on the negativity. There's enough negativity surrounding us. There's certain people who they live to hit that live button to be negative. And they don't
I think Miss Piggy said something to you in chat, the hood table.
Hate on other people. And so, you know, that's why I say we're not gonna focus on negativity. We're gonna keep doing our shit, you know, running our show. And for those who do support us, a shout out to Charlie. We really, really, really love the song that you created for us, Charlie. And I'm hoping Riz can play it on the way out. But we really appreciate you, Charlie. Charlie,
thank you, Pandies.
Not the only one, but she's one of our biggest supporters. Not the only one, but we have a lot of people who support us. Y'all in this chat every time we go live. Y'all be in this chat, and we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all because when you from the B sector, like last week, you know, I had mentioned that I had heard somebody say that the B sector don't support me when I do certain shows, and I'm going to get all into it. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We understand where we are, and we understand that people like drama. And if you're not discussing drama or the shit going on in the B sector, then you probably won't get too many clicks and views. I literally had somebody in my comments, I think it was a troll, but the other day, and they said, you only got 100 something views.
Sleep well, uppity.
And I was like, it was a troll, I know, so I didn't go back and forth with no troll. But they were like, you only got 100 something views on this video. And if I was to go back and forth, I would say, but bitch, I got almost 600,000 on another video. I got 120 some thousand on another video. I got 50,000 on another video. But I'm not gonna go back and forth with the trolls because people will just see what they want to see. And some people just want to be negative. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen with a lot of content. Me and Charlie have talked about this before. When you are a smaller content creator, people will try to put you in your channel down. They will try to drag you in your channel. And they will try to drag your content, and they will try to force you to change your content. And one thing about me, since I started on YouTube 7 years ago, can't nobody control my content.
Appreciate you, Mahogany.
Whatever the fuck I want to, from the hood to the White House. Charlie knows that's always been my motto. I discuss, if I want to discuss B sector, I will. But if I don't, I don't. And whoever is there is there.
Appreciate you, big
I don't never trip about how many views I got or how many people ain't watching or how many people I support. I don't trip off of shit like that. But
we all
know a lot of people on here that just really negative. Like, why are you so damn negative?
We all know it's super simple to get those 1,000 in the chat if you want. All you gotta do is strike up some drama. It's simple, but a lot of us don't want to do.
I know how to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, 1,000 in my chat because I done had it before. But everybody don't want to beef and argue all the goddamn time. Like shit.
Also, Mr. Big Rigs, thank you for having me up here. I was up, so I was like, you know what? I'm awake right now. I know I'm going to be going to bed soon, but I got to come touch this link and say I did it.
That's what's up. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Charlie, because I know you go to bed early, honey. I know you go to bed early.
I stayed up. And
thank you again for our song. Thank you again for our song and our band. And our
I'm gonna still try to get, I've been working on playing with that AI. I'm gonna keep messing around with it till I get the right one though, because I like that one, but I want a better one. I feel there's a better one somewhere in my future.
You know what?
Yeah, I like it though.
I really like that.
I like when she say, "Let's get ready."
Yeah, it's the end part.
I damn near wanted to say that ready twice. You feel me? I was like,
it's that beat at the end, Charlie. I'm telling you, that's it for us. You don't have to go any further, Charlie. I
done made y'all like y'all. What you don't know, Big Rig, but she does is I done made like 30 songs.
Yeah, she said you done made a couple of them.
The AI, Charlie will put she wanted to say, and the AI will say something else. So, it could be kind of finicky at times. But
that one time it said from the and instead of saying the hood table, it said the hood fable.
Yeah, the hood fable. I'm like,
damn, not the fable.
I'm like, how you mispronounce table?
like the fable, like I'm a storybook, like I'm a.
Oh, there was one of them.
I was playing with you.
The hood table is not a myth.
I know what I'm gonna do on my show one day. I'm gonna play some of the songs that I did for y'all, some of the ones that didn't make it, that didn't make the cut, just so people could have a good laugh at how the AI mispronounced the CH words. And then one of them, near the end of it, started speaking a whole nother language.
God damn. Hey, D-Ham, watch your motherfucking back, boy.
Charlie had sent me a few, and we were listening to it together. What the hell? Oh no, me and Charlie like, no, that was a good one. Like, child.
There was one that we really liked, but it was so slow. And we
couldn't. Too slow. I said, Riggs ain't having that. That's just like gonna put us to sleep, noob.
And there was some ones that I did that didn't download as MP3 for some reason. And they actually were rap. And so did I. One of them did. And it did not. I don't know. I was using different websites trying to play around finding the right one.
What did Ray Charles say? He said, "You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby."
I'm going to say this. Y'all keep, I just want to give y'all some words of encouragement before I go to bed tonight. Y'all keep doing y'all's thing, Thistle, because even if some people don't see it, right? It takes time to grow sometimes, and sometimes you got to keep pushing, right? There's going to be people coming on and go, you know what? I like the way Big Rigs carry himself. I like the way the hood table and him bounce off each other. I like their conversation. To me, they have a good back and forth, a good chemistry. And they're going to subscribe just based on that. And you're going to see people in here that you ain't never seen. They from different sectors, different areas of YouTube. I've been sharing y'all out. Because I've been playing around with different sectors. I've been over there in the mob tube. I've been over there in the drama sector. I shouldn't have messed around with some crazy white people, but I did it anyway.
You're right though, because I have been having new subscribers who know Riggs and they didn't know me. And I have them like commenting on other videos that I do outside of our show. So
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah. I'm like, I saw you in Riggs. That's where I know you from. But yeah.
Hey, what's up with it, Malik? Good to see you, bro.
I had to tell Miss Piggy in chat that the hood table, you bad about not looking at the chat, especially when you talking. And she thought you had her blocked it. And I said, most likely not. I said, because the hood table don't block unless you really messing with her.
Block trolls.
And she just told me to tell you she not a troll. So just in case you did.
Oh no, I saw that comment. I can see you, boo. I saw that comment.
See, I got you, Miss
Yeah, Miss Piggy's one of my day ones.
I got your back, girl. Okay.
No,
hey,
I ain't block you. Only block trolls. That's the only people I block. Trolls.
Yeah, I've only seen like you personally blocking someone is most likely somebody bothering you. Like somebody come and it has to be bad. And I told her, I said, as a moderator of yours, I can tell you we don't block just for random reasons. You got to be coming up in there doing something. You got to be doing something.
Yeah, you got to be completely out of pocket.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Miss Piggy. She's one of the people who do enjoy, what we have going on over here, the chemistry, the atmosphere, things like that. I'm sorry if I don't comment on every chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Miss Piggy is she like
y'all. I don't be ignoring y'all.
She's like
she not doing it. She not.
She had me jump out the window with this shit.
Let me snitch off the hood table because I've been knowing her so long. Let me snitch right quick. Okay,
no,
see what happened.
I see y'all. I promise I see y'all.
She get to talking and she forget about the chat.
That's Charlie.
I was in her chat just yesterday for like a good 5-10 minutes, chopping it up with everybody, and then she finally, oh hey, big. I was like,
like, I'm sorry, I apologize.
I done already carried out a conversation with somebody in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be on a roll when I be talking. I'll be on the roll, and then
And she had a little bit of whiny wine. I could tell because her eyes are a little slanted.
Girl, my eyes are always slanted. What you talking about?
And what's in your cup? What's in your cup?
No, my eyes. Like people be thinking I'm half asleep half the time. That's just how my eyes are. Like every time. Yeah. I've been on camera.
Let us find out you blazing.
Some of y'all ain't never seen my face, but go back 7-8 years. I look the same.
I've seen you a bunch.
I look the same. My eyes the same. My hair the same. My face the same. Somebody was dragging me on Lipstick Alley.
Girl, we all been drugged on Lipstick Alley.
They said they was talking about my complexion or something, and I'm like, well, depending on where I'm at, or what if it's daytime, nighttime, I might be a different shade, one shade a little lighter or darker, but I'm chocolate caramel mocha delight.
Damn.
Okay. They
With the delight in there.
I don't know why they were talking about my complexion, but I am who I am. Let me put the camera down.
Okay, ain't got a blemish one. And what?
Have you heard of roasted almond?
Rosie? No, you didn't roast it.
No, roasted almond. Roasted almond. That's the color.
I heard of roasted almond. It's just the hate that we get. Never mind. Moving around.
You're looking pretty. Hush. You're beautiful.
Moving right along.
What's up, TC?
At least you didn't get called Peter Griffin, so chill the hell out. They called me Peter Griffin in the chat one day, child. I ain't joking.
Yeah, Malik, it's definitely been a day for you.
Yeah,
brother.
Peter Griffin, child. They said I look like Peter Griffin.
Malik.
Hey, but you making it through, brother. I mean, hey, fuck.
Malik, you got to go back to the top of the show when we was discussing what that dude said about you pleasuring your wife. I was gagged, and I had.
What's up, living life to the fullest?
I had to talk.
I appreciate that, Shakim. If you out there, man, Shakim, where you at, brother? Drop down if you out there, brother.
And like that man lucky that Malik did just haul off and knock the snot out of him.
You know what he need to say to him? No,
Knock the snot.
don't even hit him. He ain't worth it. No, I'm gonna tell you what Mr. Malik need to tell him.
I know he ain't worth it, but
he need to go. Yes, and I do it very well too. That's all he needs to say.
Females react differently. So if it was another female that asks us, do we pleasure our men or do we know how or something like that? Oh shit.
See, that's where we different, hood table. Episode. You know what I be done told him? And yes, I do it very well.
I'm like, bitch, why the fuck you want to know what the fuck I'm doing with my nigga? Like, girl, bitch, you better back the fuck. Like, I can be really like stupid when I want to. I don't do that on here because I be trying to, you know, stay elevated. For the sake of publicity, okay?
But you're saying it can go left though real fast.
It's really stupid, okay? I get really stupid. Shoot. Y'all hang out with me in real life. Y'all know the hood table is a totally different person on here. Off of YouTube, I ain't trying to praise it, but I can be a little ghetto and a little ignorant at times. But
it can be a problem.
I also know I'm one of those people who can know how to go from the boardroom because I do have that type of job in real life. I can go from the boardroom to the hood in 2.5 seconds. So don't test my gangster.
Don't test the gangster.
In real life, not on YouTube. In real life.
I'll be 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. No. All right, listen. Good evening. Listen.
What up? Good evening.
Big Rigs out. I'm retiring, man. I'm retiring.
You can't retire.
You should have just told him, and I do it very well. She's still smiling, ain't she?
No. I wasn't even.
Malik just elbowed him when he kept him behind you. I was like, just on his ass, Malik.
I wasn't even going down that road with that guy. But look, I'm retiring, Riggs. I'm done. I'm not.
No, Malik. I was like, why do you keep getting upstairs and see?
Can we make a bed? Can we make a bed?
You want a bed? You want a bed, Charlie?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah. I give it 2 weeks.
Like if I'm sitting down and you always hovering over me, my defense.
I say it's gonna be less than 2 weeks, Big Rigs. What you say?
Like, why you keep standing up on me, nigga? Get your
3-4 days.
Shoulder. I was like, that shit was weird.
Oh snap! I gave it a little bit longer than that.
All right, well.
Weird.
Well, I guess the next time I hit somebody link, I'm gonna have to honor the bet. But I'm done.
That's right, Malik.
Riggs, I'm done.
I'm
done. Riggs, I can't. Look. I've been crucified.
You double dipping, nigga.
I've been crucified, ridiculed, called out, clown. I done been all kinds of names, all kinds of. It's terrible.
Go to the ladies' room. Be back.
All right, hood table.
So I didn't realize that I'm taking my old ass back outside because this YouTube shit, is totally different breed. It's a different breed.
And it's very different though, Malik. For real, bro. And that's why I be cool, bro, because you know what? If a motherfucker want to test your frequency, they are gonna try to do it and do it every fucking time, bro. And I'm cool, bro. I'm cool.
Man, I got called. Go ahead.
There's a way to deal with people that are like that, though. They're trolls, right? They want a reaction out of you. If you don't give it to them, they're gonna move on to the next person.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, see, Miss Charlie, the trolling shit I encountered with one dude. However, when now it seemed like the thing on YouTube is if you don't stand on business, the other person loses. So I didn't learn that this here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to create a system in my car that slaps. Because other than that, I ain't got nothing. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Then you got women that come out here and vouch for another dude, and then when they get their brains blasted, they want to say, "Well, I thought we were." And I'm like, "Oh, see, this is crazy." But again, you told me a long time ago. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take your advice, Briggs. I'm gonna take my old ass over in the corner. I'm gonna roll me up a joint so I can smoke some reefers. and I'm gonna get me a 40 ounce, and I'm gonna sit my old Mark ass down. Cause this right here, I can't do it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the hood tables, I didn't hear the beginning. I'm tired of hearing the story. Then I also heard he gave an apology. I'm just, dude. When I left the restaurant yesterday, it was dead right there for me. But
Oh
one
no.
guy came
Oh
out here with
hell
this
no.
whole,
You
yeah,
got
one
about
guy
a good
came out.
week of it, bro. Still coming
Nah,
for sure.
listen, I
Oh,
ain't got
yeah.
no more.
No, I'm
Matter of fact,
saying though, it's gonna be some talk.
I'm not paying my internet tomorrow just so I ain't got to worry about coming on this. This is crazy.
I'm not gonna pay my internet just so I
Nope.
don't have to worry about it.
Man, like completely
See,
log off.
see, look now, Rum Shaker. Look, every time I pop up, Shaker be on me. So look, Shaker, if you're gonna hit the link, give me your advice again. But I'm going in the corner. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This is crazy. Like I'll be like, man, this. But I guess it's par for the course when you live a particular way, and then other people want to make it seem different. You like, oh, I got it. So I'm the weird one for saying, but again, it's over,
King
man.
of narratives over around these areas, man. So anything can be spun.
Yeah.
Anything can be spun, man.
And Riz, I get it, but however, like I said, when the boy gave the address and that AK spun to that spot, I'm like, what we doing here? Like, but again, like it is what it is.
The goddamn
Get him,
AK.
Shaker, get him. Hey, Shaker, Shaker.
Hey, Charlie. Hello to the
Oh
panel.
shit.
All I'm gonna say is you shouldn't have went. You don't owe nobody nothing on the internet, and when you see how weird these individuals is, don't entertain it. Like you have nothing to prove, but it is what it is. Because my whole point was you argue with these people on the internet. And then you get face to face, reality sinks in. You thought about your family, you thought about your wife, you thought about it's the holidays, and you didn't probably want to spend no extra money on dumb stuff, bond, fees, or lawyers, or nothing like that. I get it. But when he was giving you weird vibes before you went, like, I felt like that was a break moment because you didn't. I would just shut it down like, nah, nigga, you weird. Entertain me on the internet. In my real world, you don't have a space or you don't belong, and I would have been okay with that. But to see that he invited you out and he politely, because I don't care about his apologies. Because he went on different panels after that. He went on somebody named Slander or Slander, some stuff in the my sector. He went over there and said, they was like, well, if you had the chance to do a retake and do it again, would you do it again? He said, yeah, I would have kept disrespecting him to see how far I would have got. Now, anybody with temper issues, it could have escalated and went all the way left. But the fact you played the way it did, I just feel like you shouldn't have won because he was already being weird. All content ain't good content, especially not when they play with your freedom and livelihood, when you got kids and something else to live for. That was it.
I respect it. I respect it. I can't.
You know she ain't wrong.
Nah, but I'm gonna take your advice, Shaker. I'm gonna stay off of YouTube. I'm glad I got to see you drag the shit out of Uppity though. I promise you, I hollered the whole time. The fact that you said, "Oh no, bitch, you took me all the way there," and you cut that camera on, I said, "We got action now. We got action now." And that right there made me retire because Uppity looked so bad. And you just kept going. I was like, damn, she not gonna stop.
Oh
Fuck it. I was here
Lord.
for the entertainment. I hope, did you get your super chat?
Oh Lord.
I don't know. I kicked them out of my room because I'm not here to cloud chase, and the fact they decided to come in on my
Hey,
page and when
Room
you did the like button,
Shaker.
I hung up in their face. Hello to whoever that
Hey,
is.
Room Shaker. What's
Oh, that's
shaking?
the hood table. Hey, baby.
The hood table. What up, girl?
Nothing.
Did you get your super chat? I gave you the super chat before you ended
Hey
your
Malik,
live.
you see
Yeah.
Sincere's comment?
Sincere
Malik,
said,
you
did you get
was
your
just
super
on
chat?
peace talking mess.
Yeah. Same
Come
shit I
on,
said
Malik.
before.
You just said you was gonna let this shit go.
So
Listen,
wait, I
same
got
shit.
a question.
Hold
Hold
on.
on, since she said that Malik, I got a question. Why are you and Ray Triggs beefing? Like he don't even be entangled in the mess.
See, that's what You gotta go back to how it started. A year
Okay,
ago on
lead me in the
Pills,
right direction because I don't know. I just seen
a
y'all
year.
beefing yesterday.
So
Go
I
ahead.
think Big Riggs, you may have been around this time. A year ago, when the Pills shit happened, me and Pills was having a
Yeah,
conversation.
and the Dana thing, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And
I
the
was
boy
there. I
Ray
remember.
Triggs came in on what y'all call trolling. So he spoke on my little brother, and my little brother said, "Yo, what is we really gonna do?"
You have a good
So
night too, boss lady.
Ray Triggs kept doing the tough shit. He said, "Well, meet me right here on Peachtree Street." So my little brother hits the camera, shows him the chopper, and he go. Ray Triggs is nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
Okay,
So
let
he
me
jumps
ask
back.
you this.
Hold on, Shaker. Let me tell. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you just said something. Why would your little brother have to show Ray Triggs a chopper? Is he willing to gamble with his freedom over YouTube?
See, Shaker. This is what I'm saying to you. Remember how you said that trolling shit? Everybody don't troll. This man threatened that man. So what you do with a threat is you approach. He called them out. But again, this YouTube. So I get it now. You look like a sucker if you don't show up. However, but the nigga who called it out, what the fuck is going on? What we doing? But again, this YouTube. So y'all condone certain shit. That's why I
No,
say
no,
Shaker. I
no.
didn't say
Don't
you
say.
said. I'm
Okay, you
not
said
saying you
y'all.
said.
Don't take the plural away. But I'm just saying because it's different laws that have upgraded and been put in place because of the bull stuff, the bull crap stemming from the internet, and just that move alone. If Ray Trigg wanted to trick him out his spot, he could just clip that part right there and send it. That's a terroristic threat.
Okay, Shaker, you got it.
No, I'm being logical because I think a lot of people ain't using their brain. Like we have seen people call people out on the internet, and instead of standing in the paint and standing on business, they go press charges, and you don't find out until you get caught, till the charges catch up with you. But that's why I say it's a way you move. Like you say, you that person, so G code. Sometimes you do gotta go silent. Like, don't tell nobody what your move is. Be in the moment, fuck around and find out. Oh, I'm sorry, mess around and find out.
Shaker, you don't gotta. You could pop your shit. I'm not monetizing that and do your thing.
Well, I'm not. I'm just being
So
honest because I see a lot of people end up getting tricked out their spot because they allow peer pressure. And I think we passed that stage because we all grown.
Yeah,
So I'm
hell
just
yeah.
wanting
I
to
ain't
be the
letting no
voice
peer
of
pressure get
reason.
me.
Right. I just
and
want to
that
be the voice of reason. Like, uppity, I'm not worried about you. Like I told people, I don't really want to argue with you people. Certain stuff, it do strike me the wrong way, but I got to gain self-control. Like I told you, I done took anger management 10 times, and I don't care if you play with me a certain way, my anger still gonna kick in. And I go from 0 to 100 real quick. But am I willing to risk my freedom, my livelihood for these people that I think just want entertainment and attention? Like, hell no. Because I got other people that root for me and care about me. So I'm not only affecting myself, but I'm affecting them. So that's the only reason I make wiser choices. And like I tell people, if you want it, just walk up to me and touch me. And it's going to go from there. But as far as arguing, I got better things through my time. But would I address you? If you stroke me the wrong way, yeah, don't play with me. Because you wouldn't play with me in my real world or life. But other than that, yeah, I see how they play on the internet. So I kind of retreated. And that's why I kind of freelance and go places where I'm not bothered. If I don't want to listen to what you got to say, or I think you ain't about that life, you just want to play on the internet, I got better things to do with my time, so I just exit stage left. It's nothing to the content creator or their page. I just refuse to indulge because I want something to come from this. I want us to line up in the street, get it off our chest, and go our separate ways. But yeah, you did it because you was jealous of the energy and the life that I live. You was jealous that I could be at peace. Like, uppity is unraveling. Like, you mad because I chastise my child, but you beat your child on the internet. Let that sink in.
so like I said, Shaker, that was what I was saying. Because the situation was over when it happened last year. However, he came up there on behalf of the dude, and that's how we got to where we got. Cause he came out here again, and like I said, I was like, yo, I don't have no smoke with you. when me and Shaquem was talking. But what he do the loud booming mic, and that's the thing, and everybody like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I don't have no smoke with you. But he keep pressing the button. So I merely tell him, yo, dude, I gotta play the footage of how you bitched up. You was a whole whore. So let's not even go down this road, yo. I don't have no issue with you. And
But
again,
see, for
that
a troll, that could be a win-win. Because like you say, it's different rules and space. The fact that he made your brother get to the point, because, okay, let's talk logic. Let's talk street rules. Don't pull a gun unless you're going to use it. Him showing that gun alone, I could say that he threatened me. So when I see him or we bump up or I find out, get the drop on him, I can do whatever I want to do to him because you started it, you initiated. That'll give me a fighting chance in court. And that's why I say anybody that really played by them rules and lived their life, they know how this tends to play out. And the first thing the police say, well, why you didn't notify him? Because I wasn't threatened. Like, I was just going to handle it if it ever presented itself. So it's a lot of different ways we can look at it, but is it worth it? Because he announced today that he was a troll. Now, Ray Triggs, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know you considered yourself a troll. And I normally don't deal with trolls because I don't think trolls have morals. I think they just do anything to seek attention. And I never thought of you like that. But now that you said that, like, it's gonna make me kind of fall back. I'm still gonna support you. But if you start doing weird stuff, just coming for people and getting on their nerves, like, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I don't think it take all that to be noticed on the internet. We notice you because you come around, you show support, and you be you, and then you was known for the spade games on your platform. But to come out and just duly say you a troll, like, yeah, I don't play with trolls. I don't look at them like I normally block them on my page. So I'm gonna tell you, step wisely. Like, for real. Like, once I say it's a no, it ain't nothing you could do to sway my mind. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, no, because I know me, and I just don't play certain games. Like, that's weird.
got it.
Okay, I appreciate you, Charlie. I appreciate you.
Y'all
Did you
have
want
a good
to?
night.
Did you want to say anything
You
before you
too,
leave, Charlie?
Charlie.
I'm just gonna go my happy butt to bed, and y'all have y'all a good night. And Mr. Malik, don't let nobody troll you into no bull crap that's gonna get you in trouble, because you got a beautiful wife and children that depend on you. Don't let nobody
That
troll you
too.
into jail.
And if somebody is
So
throwing shade or being disrespectful, don't choose to meet up with them because they got material intentions. And then they weird. The fact he was taping the building, the fact that he was trying to touch your plate, like, everything about him gave weird vibes. And then the fact that he asked you, is you pleasing your wife?
I appreciate the
Like,
cash
why
app,
is that
y'all.
your business? Know your lane in your plate. Like, he was getting crackhead weirdo vibes.
Again,
got
thank you
it.
again for coming up, Charlie. But no, that's
Yeah,
what's up,
shout out to
Malik. If you
Charlie.
want to
Charlie
take
love
you know what
her.
I'm saying, a little break or not, I don't see no problem with it, bro. I wouldn't say nothing bad or nothing, shit. Fuck.
Okay, so Malik, Brooks said the plate thing didn't happen, but when people ran the live back, it showed that it did. So did it happen or didn't it happen?
I don't even know what you're speaking on, Shaker.
When he ate the chip.
He didn't take nothing off my plate at all.
Okay.
They kept trying to make it seem like he tried to dip his wing in my spinach dip. He didn't do that.
Okay. Okay, so what made you decide to want to meet up with him?
He wanted to have a conversation for content. So whatever questions he wanted to ask, he was going to ask. When he first said the crazy ass question about the wife, I'm not. No, we not doing that. All you gotta see, if you don't watch it, then you're gonna take the narrative that everybody says. But as you watching it, you can clearly see, like, oh yeah, this nigga's getting agitated. This nigga's ready to go. Like, you can, it's in real time. You can be like, oh yeah, he ready to go.
I watched it and I watched the discomfort. I watched his format of trolling and playing, but it's different when you face to face. That's why I was like, this is weird behavior. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you show better than I would. Cause 9 times out of 10, I would have slapped that whole plate that he paid for in his goddamn face, and then it would have been an altercation, and I would have been ready for it. Like, nigga, you called me here to disrespect me to my face. Like there was a whole internet still between us, and that's why I say God's still working on me. I'm a work in progress. But yeah, no, it's different when you're on the internet because I'm not in a rush to get to you. Like I feel like if you was really a threat, you'll present yourself. But yeah, face to face, like yeah, I probably would have slapped everything on the table when your face had been ready for whatever you came with on live. Like you started it, you initiated it.
And that's
Like
what I
that's
said.
just like the incident with VS. The person went to the IHOP and she did what she did, but then she ended up in jail behind it. But she went to seek me help. And that's why I love Chicago, because that alone will help me have a case that I can win. You came with the intent to be messy, manipulative, and cause all type of drama and issues, and I wasn't bothering you. So that's enough. 12 of my peers from Chicago would probably vote in my way, in my favor. So yeah, it's weirdos on the internet. Like, I don't know.
Okay,
like
Hood
y'all see
Table.
what happened in Las Vegas. Go ahead.
Did you have anything that you wanted to say? Hood Table's about to get ready to leave herself.
No, nothing really. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Riggs for hosting and everyone who participated in the chat and support our show tonight. So make sure you guys like and share the video. Make sure you hit Riggs up on the Cash App. Support the channel, you guys. Support
And
the
where
show.
we gonna be next Sunday?
We gonna be back on the Hood Table in the hood, nigga.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
All right, in the hood, nigga.
All right, boo. I enjoyed you. Now, damn, I'm calling you Ray Triggs, Big Rigs. You at your 1,000. Why you not monetized, young sir?
All right, good night,
I got it.
y'all.
All right,
Good
you be
night.
good, Hood Table. I got to do my. I got to copyright my. Fix all my copyrights on my videos.
Okay.
Yep, and then I'll be able to go ahead and make it happen.
Okay, you got questions in the chat for Malik. Are you gonna read them out to him?
What questions were they? I didn't see it. Which one? Soulful Sound or which one?
Why would you leave Brooke alone with a man whom you
Soulful
thought
Sounds.
was ready to get active?
Okay, so for the last time, right? I went to the bathroom, which was right there. She was sitting in front of two bartenders and a waiter right there. And also, she wasn't by herself. So it took me all of a minute to go to the bathroom and come back.
Okay, Sincere said you asked him about Ray Triggs, though. That's why Triggs went to Shakim's and addressed you.
Okay. So he came to Shakim's and addressed me. Next.
But why would you ask the man about Ray Triggs?
That's why I'm saying if you didn't see the YTC part, see, she's telling you the Shakim part. It started on YTC. Because again, the boy is on there and he comes on to address the boy K de jour on there. So my question to him was, yo, it seemed like you vouching for the dude Ray Triggs.
Oh, okay. So why would he come on there to tell you about YouTube characters, and what was he trying to say about Reed?
I guess he don't like Reed for whatever the case may be. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. Yo, you know Shakim doxed me. I'm not doing that right there.
I already asked him why they linked up. He said for content. If I've already asked the question, I'm not going to react to y'all. I'm just being honest. Okay, Soulful Sound said, can I be messy? Go right ahead.
Yeah, if y'all got any questions in chat and Malik here and he willing to go ahead and answer them, man, y'all might as well go ahead and ask him.
Yeah, because it's they the same questions over and over and
you know
over.
how it go, Malik. It's like the panel tours, right?
Right.
So if something happen, everywhere you go get asked the same question, bro.
Okay, Malik. Empress said, Malik, you must be tired of all this by now.
It's the same. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. That's why I told Riggs, "Yo, I'm retired. This ain't for me." And like that, like I said, and I said to you when you first said something to me, Shaker, that whole troll shit.
Soulful Sounds.
But again, you know, some people can't go outside. They don't know nothing about going outside. So that's why I said I'm taking my old ass back outside and smoke me some reefers.
Okay, Big Rig, Soul Food, think you and the hood table sitting
Yeah,
in
I
the
see that.
tree.
Yeah, I seen that.
But I'm sure, like you said, Riggs, they're gonna talk about this shit for a week.
Oh, you definitely got a good week ahead of you with this, bro.
No, it might
Tomorrow's
be over
gonna.
because now we got some fights going on.
Oh
We had
shit!
Lady Snoop and Bertha May.
What?
Yes, and then we also have Ness and Bertha May. Then we got Intrinsic and Bertha May. Then we
Damn,
got
Bertha May's
Intrinsic.
going with everybody.
Yes, and then we got Intrinsic in Tulsa and Brook in Tulsa. So
Wow.
it's a lot of fights brewing. And then Pastor just been running amok, baby. He say the gay girls are not well, and he need to address them and get them straight because the stuff they doing is unrealistic. So he running amok. Then you got the Tommy and Castro. Like it's a whole muck run session going on right now.
You might be all right, Malik.
Man, look, Triggs, this like I said, yo, this shit here crazy. However,
Triggs
when I
definitely gonna leave it alone. He ain't gonna bring the shit
oh
up no
I
more.
ain't this shit dead to me, yo. Like I said when I had the last chat on the last talk on peace situation, yo, this shit dead. I'm going outside, yo. Like I said, it's a difference if you going back and forth respectfully. Like me and you, and I know ain't no harm, no foul. I'm not gonna say nothing to you out the way to disrespect you as a man and vice versa. But like it's a lot of folks on here that when you address them on that, they look at you crazy. And I'll be like, that's what we doing. Again, like the girl Carrie Ann came in hot at me. I'm like, Carrie Ann, you vouching for this guy? Okay, cool. I'm not saying nothing. So she wants to play a clip of what I said on how he then goes. So Malik, we cool, right? And you know me, I'm not yelling across no goddamn phone. What the fuck I look like? But again, everybody don't look at that part. They look at the fact that his mic was booming. So then when you call a nigga on this shit, okay, so his mic was booming. He called a nigga out. He wasn't ready for that motherfucker chopper. What we talking about? And like Shaker said, what you are you really willing to risk it all? And
What's up,
again,
Parker?
I look at all perspectives. But if you come at me threatening and you give me a location that we can address it, let's address it. But again, it's YouTube. So like I said, I'm going back outside, smoke a joint with the old niggas at the block, sit on the crate with the white sweat rag on my neck. Boy, it's hot. Like we can do the right thing.
I could dig it, man. I could dig it.
See, like Soulful say, y'all call it the beef sector. To me, it's a dox thing. Soon as you say something, and no disrespect, like case in point, somebody can say something to Shaker, they want to look at her background. And then when they find out that Shaker with the shits, oh, yeah. And you looked at my background, now you going to get this work. What we doing? But again, COVID got motherfuckers like this. So, hey, I'm going back outside like I was.
Well, you wouldn't do that again with nobody else though, right? Like meet up with somebody for like content and conversation. Especially a male.
I'm not even
well, probably not a man, but he say he want to meet me, so he probably would.
I mean, if you had a good rapport with somebody or whatnot, I can get it. But you really didn't know this dude, though, right? Y'all never really was on panels or nothing together.
No, I had never seen the boy before.
That's what I'm saying.
The first time in my life. So again, because of how Shaker is, and her and Brooke have had like a conversation. If she happened to cross through towns or whatever, that's all respect. But again, we gotta be careful because somebody will spin the narrative tomorrow based on what she said. Oh, Shaker threw a shot at Malik. She's trying to say they're gonna hook up, and then Shaker gonna have the woo bang off of people not understanding. If two people just happen to be somewhere or whatever, it is. But again,
I'm
it's
not gonna whoop
YouTube.
back.
But
I'm not gonna whoop
okay,
back for nothing because it happened on live, and I said you got to see what Brooks said about that, and
right. But
understand it's the best thing in the world. So I'm fuck these people. I don't. They know not to question me about nothing. Like
see
if
that.
it's a common conversation, I rock with you. I answer. But if I don't rock with you and you just being nosy to stir up some mess, I don't owe you nothing. Like yeah, no.
And again, like I said, all respect to Shake. That's what I'm saying.
What's up, Empress? No,
So
and like I said, like there's certain people that you know and then rocked with, and you can take that under consideration. But just with bro, I didn't think you really knew him or anything like that. You feel me? So to meet up with him and eat somewhere and talk about like, yeah, we're gonna have a conversation, some content, whatever. That just
see
kind of would
this,
have threw me through a loop.
but this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know the layout of the land, we were going to the casino anyway. So if you look up on Google at the Fridays we met, the casino is right there. I was going right there anyway.
Nah,
If you pay it, listen to
go
me,
ahead.
Ray. If
No,
they
go
pay
ahead.
attention, but see, people don't do that. He mentioned 2 spots.
Yeah, he wanted crab
That's
cake,
yeah. Come on, like come on.
but
Which would
I'm
be
not.
the equivalent of like those 2 spots would be like whatever Mr. Chow's is to those people who do the Mr. Chow thing. I think that's like fancy Chinese or something, whatever that is. Yeah.
But what I'm saying though, not about the casino or how close or anything like that. I'm just saying, just period, meeting up with the guy. Like it doesn't matter if it was 5 minutes away. I'm just saying just to meet up with this dude that you didn't even know, bro. And then
I got you.
and he's telling you he want to like conversate with you and content and yada yada yada, which is all right, but it just would have lightweight threw me through a loop.
Oh yeah,
And
it
then
never happened.
that's why I asked you, like, you wouldn't do that again though, right? Like you
Oh
at least
man,
be
I
somebody you
told you,
kind of
I'm
know
not.
or
I'm not even paying the internet. This shit done to me. I'm going back outside.
appreciate you coming up, room shaker.
This is just. I'm done with you. It's cool.
Yeah, off top. Well, that's what's up, man. I mean, shit, that's what's up. I mean, I hate that it had to go through so much bullshit, but fuck it. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
you learn a lesson. You know.
That's a fact. That's a
Shout out to
fact.
K Dot. They really not like us. Oh man,
Damn,
what's it?
there you go again.
But again, man, I always owe you the conversation because that's how we always got down. Respect the Shaker and the hood table. This is my first time meeting her, and Miss Charlie as always.
Well, what about the council though? So, I mean, are you still going to show up for the council even if you take a break or whatever? Like, are you guys going to ever have any? Is the council ever going to have like a stream or something, just like the council doing kind of something, maybe for about an hour or so?
So the dude showed me that he a rat.
What dude?
Binary showed me he a whole rat.
So you
And
fell out with binary, bro?
oh, so if you didn't see it and you out the
I
loop,
don't. I don't. I'm out the loop, bro. I
yeah.
mean, we don't. I don't want you to readdress it if you don't want to. But no, I
No,
did not know about that.
the whole shit with the whole diva thing and all that shit. He showed
Right.
how he really are. Okay, I can walk away. I ain't gotta say nothing. You want to tell the peoples I tried to conspire to get you extorted for $60? Are we serious?
So are you out the council?
Oh, that shit over with me. I
Oh
ain't
wow, what the fuck?
ain't nothing against Ghetto and Envy. They still gonna be my dudes, but
So the council was just Ghetto, and Envy.
it was never a real thing. Like I said, it
Oh,
was
and
just the
Ken.
it was never a real thing. It was an idea, and every time we popped up on somebody's platform, it just happened to be that way.
Hmm. I just seen Envy. He would hashtag it pretty strong. So like.
But yeah, it was like a pop. It was just like a pop up.
Okay.
But
So,
again,
so you think it's
ma-
pretty much over then? The council's kind of done with.
maybe I'll actually turn it into a male situation to where we can really talk on life, love, the pursuit of happiness. And like I said, that's all it was about. Just us giving comment on this, that, the third, be it a football game or baseball game. That was it. But you know, it wound up for people not being who they say they are, which is
Mm.
cool because it happened. So you know, we can move on. I can make it a real life thing. I'm sure that you know the same idea we had, we can formulate. But again, you know, it is what it is, right? Like you know,
No, I could dig it, bro.
and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's again like if you're gonna be grown or you're gonna be 100, be 100. If you're gonna be 50, I'm out because I don't want 50. I'm not gonna bring you 50. I'm not gonna do one thing here and then do another thing somewhere else. I just can't live like that. But that's just me in real life. So you know,
I could dig it.
so
Yeah, I did too, Empress. I thought, you know, they was really like pushing it, but I don't know,
hey,
man.
what's the guy's name that I was over here with that I started looking up his music? I can't remember it.
John Sinatra.
My
He
man,
was in
got you.
chat.
Thank you. I got it now. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in chat earlier, and I dropped the link. I thought he was gonna come up, but he didn't pull up. But probably later on this week, he'll probably slide through if you happen
But
to
yeah,
be
it
in the
was him.
clouds or something.
It was him and another dude up here with
And my boy
us.
Be Easy.
Yeah. But
Yep.
again, like I said, if I ever get an alert and y'all doing that thing, I may come out of troll protection. But for now, I'm
Yeah, I'm
staying in.
trying to get them to come through like, you know, once a week. You know, if they can, you know,
Man,
try to get them to slide through and just, you know, we pop our shit, whatever. And you know, B, he's got a channel. John starting his channel. So, you know, just whatever I can do and help and just, you know, them getting some eyes on them and people seeing how they get down. You know, that's all I'm really trying to do. Them is the homies and shit. I'm not no big ass whatever, but whatever I got or whatever I could do, you know, I'm gonna do it. And we
that's
be
what's up.
rocking out anyways, you feel me? So shit. We don't really be tripping on the numbers. It's more about the dope support, man. People that really rock with you. That's what means a lot. I appreciate that,
That's,
Big O. He just dropped John's shit right there.
got it. And that's what's up. That's all it takes. It's just support and just, you know, just kicking it. And where it go from there, it go, you know.
That's it, bro.
But
That's it.
I'm back in troll protection. You see they sell crab legs over here, so I'm gonna sit back, eat a couple of crab legs, drink some lemon water, and just call it what it is, man.
That's it.
But you know, I know when I see you or I get an alert from you, I'm gonna check it out. So you know, as always, my guy.
I appreciate you, man.
All right.
You be safe, bro.
You said
So I appreciate y'all sliding through tonight, man. This was a good live, man. It took off, man. Shit. Everybody that do the replay, you know, I hope y'all enjoy it. People that haven't, you know, dropped down or whatnot, I hope, you know, eventually you'll you know, feel, you know, at ease enough to, you know, drop down and maybe hit the link or whatnot and pop your shit. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it a really cool environment. Miss Piggy. I try to make it like a really cool environment, you know, over here. To where, you know what I'm saying, you could just, you know, chill, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about really being attacked or anything like that. You know, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you open the panel, anything can happen. But usually, you know, the way I have shit, man, you know, I don't really be on that type of time like that. And you know, just hopefully, you know, when we have these nice discussions or whatnot, you know, there don't be like, you know, hella people over here. So maybe you can be lax or whatnot and maybe slide through and we can have a good conversation, man, and hear what you got to say on some of these things. That's what I like doing. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear what everybody else got to say. And even if you just drop down and just chop it up in the chat, that's cool too. So, you know, just keep that in mind, y'all. And again, Room Shaker, I am gonna work on them copyrights on my videos so I can go ahead and monetize. Because I do want to see some green in the chat. Living life to the fullest, growing people conversation. That's what I'm trying to do, man. That's it. You know, just pop our shit, man, and do our thing. You feel me? Like ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, we all grown. We all go through like the same thing. It's crazy. You know, we all come from different backgrounds, but we all go through similar shit. We watch movies and we relate to it because we done went through some similar shit. Shout out to Vibin. I appreciate you still being here, Vibin. I'm about to shut down, so I ain't gonna hold you up too late tonight. But again, y'all, I really appreciate y'all. Shout out to the replay gang. Next Sunday we will be at Hood Tables. And again, RS, I appreciate you. And when you said great live RS, it meant a lot, man, because, you know, I just be trying to do my thing, man. And I know you be really watching shit and taking shit in. So when I hear shit like that, you know, from motherfuckers that really be on shit, you know, like somebody like you or Jay Dunn and shit like that, when they say certain things, it's like, okay, you know, nigga on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Even Triggs, man. Shout out to Triggs, man. He's a solid dude, bro. I don't think Triggs would ever be any type of situation. RS, yeah, he said he was a troll for sure. But the way Triggs gets down and how I've known him, he's always been a stand-up dude. Never no type of funny shit in no type of way that I've seen through Triggs. I can definitely say that. Not speaking for the guy, but I'm just speaking on what I know of him. He's really stand-up dude. Just how you see him, RS. You know what I'm saying? He's stand-up dude. But yeah, for sure. LaKendra, appreciate you being here. Soulful Sounds, I appreciate you being here. That was some little funny shit you said earlier, man. You had me laughing. That's just what's up, man. But again, man, I ain't got nothing else really to say, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get to my outro and let y'all go, man. Oh yeah, before I let y'all go though, I wanna let this go real quick.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
What's one thing life taught you the hard way?
Well, anybody can switch up on y'all, sometimes for no reason at all. Even after everything you've done for them, they'll sit there and watch you drown.
What's one thing life taught you?
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. Might as well save that energy, because you're most likely gonna fuck up again in the future.
Big rig slap!